watching over us. Another night in this 10th world. The gods are watching over us.
So, Batty Commander, how you doing, sir?
Fantastico. How about yourself?
Oh, I can't complain too much.
Oh. Let's see, some Valheim, huh?
Yeah, doing this for the week. Fun little builder survival game. Brings me lots of suffering.
I've seen a couple others play it. They don't dip nobody. It's no fun watching them.
No. I get disappointed when I can't do the dance of my people. If I can't be doing this to my enemies, I don't know if I'm going to be playing the game or not.
Right?
Gotta be certain of my dominance over him somehow.
Gotta have some kind of dog humping going on.
Just beating him into submission ain't gonna cut it. I'm going for total dominance assertion. And the only way that can be achieved is my sack to their face.
Yeah.
How was that, Singletown? How you doing?
What's up?
Oh, same shit, different day. Same weird smells.
Guten Tag und willkommen.
Well, said too. But in Danish it's good day
Good
Good
day.
day.
or velkommen.
Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Just like the Aussies. Good day.
Yeah, I was just saying, say it like the Aussies. Good day, mate.
But yeah, good day or velkommen.
For the Vegemite, do you some good. No.
Now, Belgians like French fries with mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise, oh, French fries. Oh.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I met a guy from Belgium, man, like over 20 years ago, and him and his wife invited me over for dinner, and he was sitting there dipping his French fries in mayonnaise. And I'm like, I tried it, and I liked it.
It's like me. It's like when I have corn dogs, I got like I don't normally use condiments, but when I have corn dogs, I got mustard, I've got ketchup, I've got ranch, I've got barbecue sauce on my plate.
Good lord, man.
Patty, do you know what remoulade is? Remoulade. It's
I know what rouladen is. Delicious.
well,
Oh yeah.
remoulade. Yeah. It's like what is called I have a whole bag in the fridge. Come on, man.
Now you're gonna have to get up and look.
Results says,
Yeah, especially
he says mayo is cracker condiment.
Mayo's
yes, sir, it
a
is.
cracker condiment. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I assert my dominance in my neighborhood by always making sure I have a nice fresh supply of mayonnaise in my.
let's see some seed oil, water, cabbage, sugar, I don't know what that is in English. Sort of cabbage.
We're not really big on cabbage here in America. That's more of a.
No, but it's like chopped into little pieces. Let's see, vinegar,
We see that as like
egg yolk,
I think it's
pickled,
That's
cucumber.
poor people
Cu-
food.
You think of
Cabbage.
you think of circus folk and gypsy people when we think of cabbage, you know. Nobody.
Well,
And lots of curry.
well, they used a lot of cabbage when they found out the Bering Straits in Alaska. Vitus Bering is actually a Dane. Oh, he was a Dane.
No, I'm not opposed to cabbage. I've had some Polish military rations that had cabbage and like basically a meatball and some kind of tomato sauce, and it was absolutely delicious. Oh my God, it was wunderbar.
It is
But
something
ordinarily
about
here
the
in America-
taste. Just, I can't.
Yeah.
The smell and the taste kill me.
Most people here in America, it's coleslaw. It's just going to be raw,
Yeah.
mixed with mayonnaise and
I
some
can
other
do
stuff.
coleslaw, no problem.
You should try a Danish war ration. Oof, 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 oof.
What era?
Yeah. Now, 2000, 2010,
Oh, well,
2020.
now Singletown, even though I've been out of the military for going on 40 years now, I've been keeping track of stuff around the world. And I'm going to tell you right now, the Moldovians and Lithuanians have far better rations than America. And I know the British have better rations. I mean, my God, the Norwegians have. I wouldn't call it gourmet, but it is definitely a working man's meal that is it looks delicious, and I'm pretty sure the Belgians are right up there with the Germans and the French as far as like, oh yeah, cannot wait to get some of that. You're gonna have more chocolate. You're gonna have a better main meal, and it's gonna have more meat in it. They put soy. They put too much soy in our rations.
Yeah.
And they call it. Oh, this is. Oh no, that's not soy. That's meat. Nah, don't lie to me, man.
Don't worry, it's not gonna kill you right away.
Yeah, you spend 20 years in the military, and you wonder why your testicles get smaller and smaller before you retire.
Why there's a rapid drop in testosterone. Jeez, I wonder why. Could it be the stuff they're putting in the food that's turning the men gay?
Well, if you stay in the military 10 years, you've already got that work ethic built in you. There's no stopping it, no matter how soft you get. But, yeah.
I didn't have time to my work ethic was get up and do what I'm told.
Yeah, the only thing that's missing is a whip, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And God forbid you do crack a joke to your higher-ups. Yes, master, me be a good white boy. Please don't beat Toby again. They don't like that.
All right, I'm looking at Danish rations right now. A 24-hour ration. And my God.
And two.
I am so jealous. Some of this stuff is freeze-dried real food. The amount of sugar you get makes me jealous. The amount of sweets and candy. And look at that. You get sides of beef jerky. You get protein drinks, cocoa drinks, coffee drinks. That's pretty much standard. Raspberry jam. America, we have blackberry for some reason. Canada, they get raspberry jam. Everybody else around the world in Europe gets raspberry jam.
Because we have a lot of blackberries here. They grow like crazy here.
Yeah, I know. That's what.
We usually got some jam that is for elderly people living in nursing homes and that kind of stuff. Good for your farting abilities and so actually we put that around our grenade. We had some called blue lightning. That was a sound marker, but it contained 10 grams of amatol in it. So we could actually take our hand off.
Raisin says if he had enough money, he would eat jerky all day.
Look at this. Well, you can get pate in the freaking ration.
He also says Belgians pee on the street and throw oranges at people's windows.
Ugh.
Look at this, pate in the rations. That's a great source of fatty meat.
Yeah. Oh.
My cats won't even eat pate. They expect them to eat pate.
There's a Danish version of pate that is called leverpostej.
Yeah.
And that is it's not as firm as pate. It's more like you heat it up and you come slices of crusty bacon on top of it and champions on it, and then you scoop it up and great tasty, I can say.
I tell you what, man, I'm really good with pate and most military biscuits.
Foie gras? No, that's just duck liver, if I recall.
It's a more expensive pate.
Yeah.
But pate, I mean, it's a fatty. It's just a ground up fatty meat, and
fuck, I forgot to clean my bed.
That stuff really helps give you a really good.
Yeah, that's right. It's duck liver.
Long-term sustained energy, better than fat.
Not meant to taste good. just meant to give you the
Here
nutrients
it's
you need to
pork liver.
get done.
Here is pork liver.
Pork liver, yeah. No, I like European
So,
rations
and
way better than ours. Kind of
Yeah.
partial to the German Einmannpacken rations. They got lots of pate and
Yeah.
a lot of meat.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man, the German and the Polish, they got, big boy, strong man working
There's a
food.
reason their boys are so big.
Yeah, if you look at the French rations, I mean, their stuff is a little too gourmet. And the Spanish, I'm not really big on squid and black ink.
That's why they're so petite. Because they
Yeah.
don't eat the shit that gives you bulk.
And they usually skip their breakfast. They usually just have like a light form of a bready
Late
crack or
breakfast.
something. And
Normally
coffee.
it's like
Yeah.
beans and toast for the quick breakfast, and then
No, the French don't. They
oh,
try to
French. Not I'm getting my countries mixed up. It's not French. French, yeah, I don't think they do breakfast, do they?
Yeah, and the Italians, they spend too much time having, pasta with olives in it, which is not bad from time to time, but it's not something that makes strong men. But them Germans and Polish, man, they feed them
Yeah,
boys.
that'll definitely make you doughy.
I can tell you that the Italians they love meat. I can tell you that.
Most men do,
So,
but whoever's in charge,
Oh.
decides a lot of, what you're going to eat.
We're gonna be vegans because I say so. Wait, what? Fuck you.
Oh.
Fuck your veganism. No,
Oh, single-
you have to because I'm in charge, and if you don't abide by my rules, you're going to prison.
Singletown, have you seen what they've done to the British ration? They've turned them almost all vegan now.
oh fuck no.
Yeah, you can Google it. They've gotten rid of almost all the meat. They might get some beef jerky, but they're definitely going to get peanuts and some kind of vegetable-based protein powder. But that's not the kind of stuff. That's not what
No.
gives you long-term
Holy
energy.
shit.
They need a whole bunch of
No.
peanuts in order to meet the.
You need fat.
Yeah. Yep.
That was the thing I was trying to get through to fucking Banana Man. It's like because he's a vegetarian, he swears by it, but it's like you're not getting enough. You have to eat a astronomical amount in order to get the appropriate. And even still, that might not be good for you eating that much of that one thing,
Well, to be fair, depending what you're doing, if you're not doing any real labor, yeah, you can do with a lot less protein. But if you're doing labor and carrying heavy shit, like soldiers do out in the field, you need fat.
T-Rex!
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, you need. You would have a soldier consuming about 4,000 kilojoule.
Yes, about five. Yeah, Americans
And,
5,000 calories.
They've known that bargain for 50, 60 years now. So
Vegan is
Yeah, it is what it
halal
is.
for their new page. Yeah, for the people taking over their country, veganism is halal
Yeah, they get-
for them.
They're getting rid of all the pork over there. Yeah.
Get rid of all the pork, get rid of all the beef. I mean, you're gonna get rid of all of it. Eventually, we're gonna be eating bugs while everybody else gets to eat the good shit.
Yeah.
They're purposely trying to weaken us so other countries that are
Yeah.
doing terrible can catch up. And they're willing to destroy society and ruin people's lives just to make that dream come true.
That's horrible. Soldiers
You
on the
mean,
battlefield
you mean-
always being tired and out of energy. Oh, that would so suck. To be in
you
combat with
mean
no energy.
the Kaligi plan? The Kaligi plan? You mean?
Yeah, the Caligula plan.
Yeah. So no thanks. He can be go back to fucking Israel for like I don't or Japan actually because he was partially Japanese, but him and his merry band of tiny hats can fuck off. Of course, we know that they don't like it.
I don't care that they don't like it.
Yeah, they can fuck
Their
off.
rights end when they start impeding on my own rights. You know, it's my right to eat meat. Fuck you for trying to make me stop eating meat.
Well,
This is why, like, the more I hear these leftards talk, the more I legit hate them.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, it's like, really? You're trying to impose your
I'm
shit
trying.
on me? I'm just trying to live my life like you claim to be trying to do to yours, but it seems like you're trying to be an authoritarian and dictate what I can and can't do. And
I wouldn't say I have a hard time.
I literally grew up in an
telling my
authoritarian
mom.
household. I don't want to be an
about-
adult and live in an authoritarian country. I will fight tooth and nail against authoritarians.
Well, then go to Nicaragua. Then that would serve a not democratic elected government, because they have no elections from now on.
Let's see.
Because it's
I'm gonna go
communist.
somewhere where people look like me.
Freaking Estonians eat better than Americans in the field.
They do.
I'm looking at some other Netherlands. Yeah, the Orifo brand field ration. Oh man, such wonderful, good looking.
Come on.
I don't know. How, now, if Europe goes to war, since they've damn near shut down all their farms and killed all their animals, you know, good luck getting your food into your country, buddy. Feeding everybody.
No, they gotta export it. Or
Exactly.
import it, which is what they want. Like, they're purposely trying to tank our economies.
Right, but any war, you know,
Oh,
the
yeah.
first thing you do is you cut off supplies of the enemy, and all the so England is super vulnerable with the food, and most of Europe.
Take a look at Russia now. About that Ukrainian launched an attack on one of their places, just like Amazon in Russia, and so some of the people that doesn't know whether or not their shit arrives on time, or is it burned up in the explosion. So, yeah, it can happen.
And people ask me, "Hey, Batty, do you ship overseas?" And I say, "No." I have on the first page of my website no international orders for that reason. Europe is not stable enough to commerce for me. I'm too small for that. I can't afford to take
too
losses.
much.
Yeah, I can't afford to take losses.
Yeah.
Besides, there's plenty of people over there who make the same stuff I make, so they ain't missing nothing. Except my cool backpack that should cost $1,000, but since I'm such a nice guy.
Hey, nice guy. They always finish last. You know that. So you're not a nice guy because you are part of the manosphere. So
I'm not that.
No, you're not a nice guy.
I tell you what, Singleton, you go to my website and see what prices I'm charging for the stuff I'm making. I'm not that nice.
I know. I've been there. You know.
What? Oh, have you? Oh, cool. Yeah, $250 for a backpack. That is not being nice. $60. Oh, that man, that's super nice. But $250, not that nice. I got another backpack. I think I'm charging $375 for that one. Yeah, the new one. Oh yeah, the medic bag. Oh man, I'm staring at it right now. That orange and black one.
Yeah.
That sucker. Oh man, that sucker is nice. I got to figure out a way to put an internal frame in there. It's not going to be hard. But man, that thing is roomy. It's got 4 pouches in it instead of 2. And plus the pals webbing on it. And the cinch straps. I want to make about 3 or 4 modifications to that backpack. But other than that, the one I got now, man, that thing is nice. And you're not finding that at Walmart.
You know, you'll find the cheap made shit at Walmart.
I went to Office Depot the other day, and they got shitload. Well, they're preparing for the return to school, so they're loaded with backpacks. You know, 20, 30, 40, $50, you know, all the way up to, you know, $20 to $60 range. And the material, it's not even real, you know, nylon Cordura. It's some cheap woven, you know, shit version of nylon. And that's the kind of stuff that falls apart in like 6 to 8 months with mild use. And, you know, even the zippers they're not, yeah, man. All the material, I mean, they look nice. They're shit.
These motherfuckers.
Oh, speaking of which, Chaos, I did finally get the material in. I can finish off them shoulder straps so I can shoot you after your backpack.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
We're just showing that shit off.
I'm thinking about using.
Give them
I'm
the
thinking
website.
I'm thinking about using it in a video before I ship it out to you.
Yeah.
This way you can say, yeah, that's my backpack. That's the one where he shoots the guys in the dick again.
Gotta shoot him in the dick.
So you'll actually have a piece of filmmaking property.
I'll put it in a glass case, so when you blow up and get real famous, and you'll be like, he made this. This is from him, and I want like $100 million from it. That's after you blow up, of course, and become like rich and famous.
Oh Christ, man! It would still take me like 18
Be
months.
like that. Be like that. Oh God, what was it? It was I think it was a rock band cover. It had women like clinging to the guy's leg, like it was a pile of women, and it was like women hanging from their legs and shit. I'll wait for you to get that level of fame, where you can stand on a pile of bodies and have women clinging to your legs.
I can make it happen.
And then I'll sell the backpack.
Well, if I'm able to
Almost,
make, if I'm actually able
almost
to
like
make,
Duke Nukem.
if I'm actually able to make a movie, well, shit, Cash, you'll be in it. So I'm sure you'll have the opportunity to either negotiate or walk away with a few props.
And
You know,
actually, SteerX, not everybody here is admins. Just the people
No.
you see in here right now are admins. It's different. But not everybody is admin. Not everybody gets that privilege. And so what if everybody's admin? You can never be too safe, SteerX.
Oh my! Do women actually leave all their equipment at the
They
campsite?
do.
They're that
They do
lazy.
because they just buy more.
Ah, man, this world's so gone to hell.
Women and shopping.
Well, that's just,
women and
that's,
shopping.
that's just materialism.
Even my sister,
Oh, yeah.
she's got a bad habit of opening up boxes in the pantry because she has to open up something new all the time. She can't just wait till the 20 cans of tomato paste are gone. No, she's got to open up the new one after the other one's only half full. Like, you bitch,
Sounds
stop
about
touching
right.
shit. I'm gonna start locking all the food up in a separate room so she just can't get to it or eat shit.
Sometimes you gotta be the bad
Which
guy.
you bubblegum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those instances where it hurts me more than it hurts you, but it's a necessary evil.
I pretty much do that now.
Oh.
Since Mom went away, she no longer has access to her money, and I'm it now. So half the time I'm in the kitchen. She's I can tell she kind of, I can hear her walking in the living room like she's wanting to say something to me, but sometimes she just turns around and walks away because I'm just not.
She knows
Not
it's
trying-
better to keep her fucking mouth shut instead of causing issues.
Yeah, I mean she's always that wonderful thing she wants to buy with my money. I'm like, no.
It's my money. Get a job, bitch.
Yeah, and I'm not telling her about how I'm trying to. She doesn't even give two shits about me trying to work on my retirement plan. It's going to take me a while to finish that. She don't care. She just wants stuff. Nah, yeah. I don't want to eat dog food 10 years from now. That's my goal.
Right.
So fuck nice stuff or new stuff. Oh man. Yeah, Europeans have way better chocolates in their rations than we do. I mean, way better chocolates. We get food grade
The
wax.
Belgians.
Yeah, you actually have cocoa
Yeah.
butter in yours. We have food grade wax with cocoa flavoring.
Yummy, cocoa
Well,
flavoring.
Yeah, we're supposed to be grateful for that.
Of course.
Hello, August.
Oh, what's up, pooping while standing? How you doing, sir? Well,
Good, man. How y'all doing?
Are you taking a shit? Are you taking a shit up?
too much. And even if we did complain, not like anybody would really. I mean, people would listen, but there's only so much people could do.
Yeah, but people wouldn't give a shit anyway, so why bother? We don't care.
No, I had a for I think it was Bad Daddy Commander. You were talking about camping supplies and the time it takes for you to make your quality backpacks, whatever. And I made a comment. We had a group that 20, 30 guys, gals that would go to the beach and camp for a week and great time. But I will say, all the single women, they would come in with their bullshit Walmart camping supplies, Ozark, tents, or not even like Ozark is not bad per se. It's cheap, but it's not.
It's jumping.
And they literally they would set up. Well, they wouldn't set up their tent. They'd be like, "Oh, I don't know how to do that. I just got it anyway." So the men did that shit, right? And we're like, "All right, that's what we do. Keep you fucking harpies satisfied." And then at the end of the week, they would just dump it, or some would just leave it. They would literally, they were like, "Oh, that's going to take too much time." Somebody, the camp, groundsman will take care of that shit, and they would just leave it. And it literally it epitomizes that Western culture of like use it, lose it. Don't spend too much. Get it from cheap China. And after we've been doing this for like 15 years, and then the last like maybe 8. This is when I was with my girlfriend, and she was like, "Oh, can you help them out?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've done it in the past, and look what has transpired." I mean, you remember last year? I just asked them, spent like an hour and a half setting up their tents and getting their wood situated. And when I sat down finally after a break, and they were cooking brats, I'm like, "Hey, I would love one of those." They're like, "Oh, sorry, we don't have enough to be able to share." I'm like, bitch, I shared my time, my expertise, and I was done. And I just looked at her, and I was, and
not to beat you up,
my
man.
ex.
You didn't make them work for it.
Yeah.
You didn't provide the incentive to.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Bro?
Yeah. I get it. For expediency, you want to get things set up and get them going.
Well, you know what? We're there to have a good time. And I was like, look, if it takes me 30 minutes versus them, like 3 hours bitching, complaining, let's just get it fucking done. Right? And move on and enjoy the time that we have together.
Sure.
Hey, Riggs, the stepbrother is taking his stepsister in the pooper. What are you doing? Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't go camping with a bunch of women. If I leave my comfortable house, it's taken me 30 plus years to get it to where I kind of like it. And if I'm going to leave here, I'm not wasting my time on a bunch of amateurs. I mean, you guys can sleep out in the rain for all I give a shit.
Oh, Survivor Island 2.
Again.
Survivor Island. Oh, that's precious.
Well, yeah, I mean, all right. So So that episode, we had the Dutch, I think it were Norwegians. They did their own Survivor, and then we had the Americans that ended the same fucking out. And to your comment, Bad Daddy, yeah, like look, it first started off as a guy's trip going out to the beach, to this camping spot that we had identified, and the girls that they were with, girlfriends, wives, whatever, they're like, "God, that'd be so much fun." And so much like the whole shed project in Australia or New Zealand, it's the same. They infiltrate, they don't contribute, they ultimately destroy. And so,
They're like little kids. Where's my food at?
they're
Where's my bed at?
fucking adult children with breasts, and I'm so tired. Like, I can understand like going, a 5, 6, 13-year-old be like, you know what? I'm just a kid. Cool. I'm an adult. I'm an adult male. I can fix this situation for you. But God damn it, just give me some modicum of respect, appreciation, acknowledgement, at least.
Society,
And it's not that way anymore.
Even the men, if a man is good at something and he's a master of his craft, a lot of men have forgotten how to, if you want me to show you this, you're going to have to show me you want this. I'm not just going to give it to you because, I'm not just going to create competition just for, because I'm bored or I'm trying to make men better. No, you do appreciate something you pay for. My dad always told me that, and there's a lot of truth to that. Sometimes you got to cut somebody a break. Right. Sometimes you got to, cut somebody a break. If you got, a teenage kid, it doesn't hurt to help them get a car because you're putting them, ahead of the curve if they're responsible. But if you just give them a car and don't, put any, expectations with
In the
that.
game.
Yeah, then they just take it for granted,
Yep. My dad was a very successful person. I think the most I've ever gotten from him was $100 as a birthday card. And even growing up, I played a lot of soccer, tennis, golf. So I wanted like when the Prince, that big headed tennis racket came out, and I was starting to play JV, and man, I really want that. I had the whole. I don't know, what was his name? It was an old racket, like old wooden racket. This is graphite and carbon, and yeah, back then it was $130, and I just said, hey, like what can I do? And he's like, and from that point on, he was like, you come up with half, I'll meet you. And I thought, and again, my dad was extremely successful in his career. And I look around at all my other friends, they're getting new cars. On the 16th birthday, I got a 4th generation hand-me-down that my mom had. One of the best cars I ever had. But anyway, my whole point is that I was pissed at that point. I'm like, Dad, this would literally require you not even 1 hour of your time to say, okay, here you go. Like, it's going to make you a better tennis player. But he wouldn't do it, and I was upset. But later on, like when I was in my 30s, I was like, you know what? I get it. Like, he wanted me to have something that I value. Same thing with bike.
You value things you earn yourself more than you do when they're given to you.
Absolutely. And I took care of that because I recognize, the paper routes, the babysitting, the lawn care. I put in time to be able to buy that half. But then again, when I was a kid, I was like, I looked around at my peers and, my family's peer groups and other women primarily, but they didn't have to do shit, that their daddies just gave them what they wanted. And I'm like,
yep.
Just in your brewing knife, put some water bottles in the.
Hold on, guys. There's the concept of generational wealth. A lot of people don't. First of all, a lot of people don't know how to do it.
And get over.
When I got divorced, I was still in my early 20s, and I had to move back in with my parents. And one of my best friends, when he showed up, he always had, nice clothes, really nice shoes, brand new car. And my parents, without knowing who this guy is, they're like, "Why can't you be more like your friend?" I'm like, "Oh, my friend who's been going to school for 4 years to get a 2-year associate's degree, and his parents give him $1,000 a month for pocket money and buy him his new car, and he doesn't make any payments on it. Oh, sure, yeah. When are you guys gonna fork up for that?" And they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Silence.
"Yeah, fuck it." Well, I mean, now I'm not beating up my parents because these, I know where they came from and I know how they got where they got, and I get it. But and none of us are trained in how to actually generate wealth and protect it. But I'm for making your kid develop a
Earn
work
is
ethic and
cheap.
appreciate. But there's also a time when, if you can, give them a little advancement. Don't put them behind the curve, and let watch all your friends advance and get closer to retirement. Well, just I tried to institute that in my family. Nobody got it. Nobody cared. And I'm like, all right, fuck all you guys. I tried to condense everybody in one house, and everybody build stuff, and they
Try
wouldn't,
a
because all they
communal thing, but there's something.
too many
always in-
women. all they cared about was, I got pretty shoes. Oh fuck, man, fuck this, man. I'm done. If I
Look at
had
my shoes, it makes me better than you. Ha.
it's all about YOLO and again, none of us, because the system in school is all it's the program is to compete for the smallest scraps possible and brag about it. if we were
Much.
if we were taught finance in junior high, we'd all be retired at like 25, 30, and the country can't sustain that, because we'd have to be like Saudi Arabia and literally import entire countries over here, just pump gas and bag the groceries. So yeah, like everything I got, I earned it, and I'm not giving this, and I'm not sharing it because I'm not a communist. But if I have a chance to help somebody that really is, good at what they're doing, because I get it. Sometimes, it's really hard to get past that one hump to get to success. Raising $1,000 is not easy.
No.
5,000 is really fucking hard. And when the system says, "Oh, work hard, save your money," and for what? So you can have.
No.
So you could be taxed to death, so immigrants and single mothers can live a better lifestyle than you.
Man.
Well, fuck that. No thanks.
But going back to the
Go
women
fuck
thing.
yourself.
Sorry, I think we all diverted too much. It's really sad to see how women just treat everything like it's just, garbage to them. Even me, when I go cut trees, the way some people talk to me, they don't call me in the cooler months, in the spring and fall. They always wait till it's
Well,
like
in their mind's eye, right?
They always wait till it's like 100 degrees out,
They-
and they're like, and when I want to leave at like 4:30 or something, like, "Oh, you're going home early?" I'm like, I'm covered in drenched in fucking sweat, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going home early. I'll see you tomorrow when it's cooler." They don't care. They think I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be a fucking robot.
Well,
Makes me sick, man. I hate everybody. I fucking hate, and they all watch me through their fucking windows in the air conditioning. Fuckers.
Yeah.
And you see why I'm such a misanthrope nowadays. I used to not be a misanthrope, but just dealing with people in general has made me less and less people-y.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my job. I'm already antisocial to a degree, but just dealing with these people makes me just want to lock myself in my house. So I ain't gotta deal with them, but I gotta live.
Well, it's
so
worse.
I have to go out and deal with them.
Not to make this a competition, but it's worse for me because I know not only is my customer going to be watching, but all the neighbors
Mm-hmm.
are going to. As soon as I put on all my gear and I start walking up that tree, I got an audience. So no matter what mood I'm in or how I feel or if I got any pain, I can't show it. I got to put on a show. I got to be the coolest, motherfucker for for those 2-3 hours I'm up in that tree. I got to make it look smooth and effortless. I go home and cry in the shower.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. There's no privacy in my job. That's why I started my online thing, because I'm like, I'd rather work at home. And there's another
Understandable.
There's another backpack I want to make, and I'll be able to charge $500 for it.
Ooh.
And that's still cheaper than what some of these other guys are charging. Even my $250 backpack, it's about mid-range, so I'm not charging too little, and I'm definitely not charging too much for it. But women throwing their stuff away.
It's because they could just go buy more.
I have no appreciation for anything.
No, they don't.
Or find somebody that will buy
They
them
don't
the
understand.
replacement.
They don't understand value the same way we do.
No, because they haven't had to work for it. You know,
Oh, like
mean,
I said, when you don't have to
going
work for
backwards to
anything,
like that,
it
exactly.
all
Like
fucking comes easy, you know.
it
You
loses
just work for it. You don't
relevance.
appreciate anything.
Exactly.
I
Daddy
worked
bought
hard
it.
for everything, so I appreciate everything that I have, which is why I will fight tooth and nail if somebody's dumb enough to try and break into my house and steal my shit.
Back in 1996, I bought I think this is my first or second brand new truck, and it was a Ford Ranger extended cab. And so I picked this one chick up for a date, and she's sitting in it. She's like, "This all you can get, huh?" I mean, I wanted to slam the brakes on and just grab her head and just smash it in the fucking dashboard over and over again. Well, yeah, but I needed to get rid of the poison, so I was like, okay, yeah, I'll get you later tonight.
That's when you just masturbate.
No,
It ain't worth it. That point, if you're gonna
like,
be disrespectful, I can't hate fuck somebody like that after that. Like, no.
well, this is one of the reasons why I treat women like farm animals in bed. Just shit they say, man. I'm just, I'm not even trying to be nice anymore at that point. She's
Why
like,
bother?
Is this the best you can? I mean, like, it's a brand new truck. I mean, it wasn't even a month old. I'm like, you could tell these women all, look, I just got divorced. She took everything. I'm ruined. I lost my career and pension. And in less than 2 years, I worked my way up to a brand new truck, and you're going to shit on that? You piece of you can't talk to women like you can talk to your buddies.
I mean, you can, but they're gonna pitch a fit.
No, you don't talk to women because all it does is make you vulnerable, and all they're doing is now you're just disqualifying yourself, and they're looking for all your weaknesses so they can pick on you later and find Mr. Cool motherfucker who makes them moist later. If I got Chaos, I mean, we've had a couple conversations. I mean, I didn't get too deep on you, but, you understood, what I was going through, and you've had a couple private conversations where you told me some stuff, and, I'm not sitting there judging. I'm like, yeah, man, that sucks, We get each other, but women are like, you're weak. I'm going to go. Women just hang out at the finish line. That's all they care about.
Yeah.
As soon as you start falling behind in a race, I'm going back to the finish line. Bye. Yeah.
And once you really truly understand the transactional nature and hypergamy, off the guardrails with court systems or justice system, is it any wonder that more and more men are just going, it's just not worth the pursuit, and, I don't know, it was Epictetus or Plato that said, man's happiness comes from the realization of his achieved capabilities.
Sure.
And then those have all been largely destroyed for most men.
Sure.
And even when men that are still married, they have a family, they're just trying to run ramshackle to try and keep that shit afloat so they don't get taken and their kids taken away and half their shit taken away. It's like
with that, because of my age, I mean, I like video games, but I'm half and half on picking on people who indulge too much in video, especially the young people. But then again, video games is what the savior of these young men, because it gives them something to do, and it keeps them from going out in the street and doing stupid shit like some people we can name, but we're not going to. And now all these women are like, how come all these young guys don't want to date us? You're impossible to please and it costs too much. And this makes me happy and satisfied. So, toodles.
At least I can actually beat to a degree.
Right.
Well, right. Exactly. I can pay $60 or $180 for a date with you that you will likely never see me again. And for that $60, I've got hundreds of hours of gameplay, progression. There's a goal. It's finite. I can measure where I am with what
Go
I've
on
done.
eBay. Go on
You
eBay.
know.
$15 for a 20-year-old video game. And yes, you're right. I get hundreds, if not thousands, of hours, and I don't have to spend a penny. And I can stack what little cash I got for the next, like my sewing stuff. You know, I went out and worked extra hard. I bought a new sewing machine. I needed a more industrial model, and that sucker cost almost $2,000. You know, I put in a lot of hard work and sweat. If I would did that with a girlfriend living with me, he's gonna want to know. Well, you spent $2,000 on it. Well, how come you don't buy
And you
it?
can spend all this money on this stuff. Why ain't you spending no money on me? Obviously, you don't love me enough. You're right. Get the fuck out, bitch. I don't love you. I've been putting up with you for 7 fucking years, but I don't love you. Get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
Get the
Dude,
fuck
and-
out.
Yes, you know what really struck home with me was, my parents got divorced when I
Yes.
was 12, and my dad cheated on my mom, like bad move on him, but
Yeah.
he gave up so much just to have a warmth of a woman that wasn't just focused on his or their kids or her kids to the expense of him. Like he later told me, he was like, and he never said anything bad. My mom was a great mom. Was she a good wife? No, no, she wasn't. Not
mom was-
towards your latter.
I found out a lot about my
Right?
mom through my uncle. My mom was not as good as she painted herself out to be.
Bingo. So it's like I look, I won't accept his cheating, but I understand why it took place. And when I told him that, I was like, yeah, no, I look, there was tension before you guys divorced. We all saw it. The kids, felt it. I was the youngest, so I definitely felt it because my oldest was already in college, and I was like, you know what? There are some things you could have done differently, but I can definitely say that your wife, my mom, definitely could have done things differently, but she didn't want to, and she didn't have to.
Yeah.
Because she had all of society saying he cheated. Nobody ever goes back and goes, well, why did you cheat? If you absolve intimacy, respect, to a lesser extent, submission, like recognizing, like you have led the ship to this point. If I try and take over, who knows where that's going to go? It's probably going to go like for 20 years, my dad led the household, ran things, provided whatever. I mean, he wasn't a very caring father when it came to monetary, but I get it now, because his parents didn't do it. I mean, they were raised in the Great Depression, and they literally shot deer and fished for trout to make ends meet. And so he's like, well, I never got that. And he got fucked up by my grandmother big time. Like her nickname was Buzzy, and my grandfather's name was Daddy-O. And that's pretty much all you need to know. She was a fucking buzzard when it came to people, relationships, or whatever. And he was always in pursuit of her validation, acceptance. And so there are a lot of, like, I don't know if you want to call them alpha men, but successful men that they always live under the tutelage of their mother's upbringing. Which is why I think he went into the career that he did, because he was like, and certainly bought the house that he did, because he was like, I wanted mother acceptance. Always had it from my father. He was not judgmental, but his mother was a very different breed. Anyway, I mean, going back to the point, like, dude, I just, I was talking with a neighbor of mine up at the pool yesterday, and he's married a
Laotian.
He's that Laotian, yeah. Wonderful look. And there's a certain aspect of Tiger Mom, and everything's got to be fucking ultra clean. And I mean, there are issues that he has with her, but I mean, they're minor issues. And I'm like, dude, like you won the lottery when it came to, and she came over from Laos back when she was 7 to America. So she's largely Americanized or Westernized, but she understands the challenges that people have and the respect that she has. And he's been unemployed for a year and a half or whatever. She still works. Uh, and I told him, I'm like, dude, you do know that you have a clock running out. Like, you need to either figure out, it doesn't matter. I don't know what your wealth is. You could be a multimillionaire, you could be dirt poor. But if she's working and you're not working, she's going to look, I mean, it's completely different, reverse the genders or whatever, and people be like, oh, yeah, that's what he should do. Um, but I tell them, I'm like, you have a finite run of this clock. Like, you need to figure out what you want to do. It doesn't matter that you make what you did before. But if she's working and you're not, that's not going to work out well.
Right.
Because
Like it
men are
took 3
human
years
beings.
before. It took
Women
3
are-
years before my ex, because that's how long I was. It's like I couldn't find fucking work to save my life. And after like 3 years of her having to do all the work, and I mean, I was a stay-at-home boyfriend pretty much. I kept the house clean, all that shit. Roles literally swapped, but after like 3 years of not being able to find work, she come home one day. I don't love you anymore. Pack your shit and go.
Yep.
It's like, where the fuck is this coming
But
from?
then, but
What?
then men get blamed for
That's
what we
rarely
want
going to
from a.
happen when it's men. That rarely happens when it's men. To say, oh yeah, I'm done with your sorry ass not working, and but of course you maintain the apartment or house. Yeah. Well, you are gone, so leave. Yeah. No thanks. By the way, guys, I need to leave you because in 6 minutes I'm going to stream.
Oh, cool.
Voiceover. And it would be mostly on Rumble Dumble, because my ugly mug would be in there too. Oh, the horror!
Like single town. You know what I found fascinating? It's not just yes, you're in the West or considered a Western country, but it is endemic in every culture, West or not. Islam, Middle Eastern countries, they have that shit locked down tight. Like, okay, so if I do this, you're going to do this, right? Traditional roles require traditional responsibilities.
Correct.
But in Germany, maybe not Poland, but Germany, New Zealand, Australia, Spain, Italy, whatever, we have women that are coming in going, well, no, you still have to maintain what your traditional roles are, but we have the option to select what we find congruent with what we want to do as women. It's like, that's not how it works. Like, if you go into a workforce going, yeah, you're the traditional manager, but I'm a woman as your inferior, and I'm going to decide what I want to do today. That's not how things work.
Especially like, I'm not gonna cook or clean for you, and I'm not gonna do anything a man tells me to do. And then she goes to work. I need you to have this done by this time, and have this turned in by this. Yes, massa. Yes, massa. Yes, massa.
Yep.
And then when you listen to these feminist nut jobs talk, they basically want to get paid to be mothers and wives.
Yep.
It's like, what? You want to get paid to do a basic common duty?
Chef, she's a babysitter. She's a therapist. So we're going to conflate all of the earnings for that, the average earnings for that, and then put that onto a woman.
I'll show you what I think about that comparison. This is what I think of that comparison. Oops. Oh, damn, I lost myself. A Riggs fart?
Yeah. I have to leave you guys. So bottoms up and
Bye.
bring some meat. Damn it.
Oh, sparkling or still or mellow?
Don't matter.
No, he
Just
left.
drink some.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
are you dead? You
In
are
fact,
dead.
like my buddy at the pool, he was like, Curly, you're
said,
like you need a woman that
enjoying the
is
show,
somewhat
make sure to
intelligent
click that like
because
button and
I mean I'm
subscribe
not
to
just
show
with
your
my own
support.
yeah, I think I know something more than what most smooth brains know. I'm like, yeah, but here's the issue: when you get some woman that is as intelligent as a normal man would be, she thinks that she's superior because even if she's a non-feminist, she's like, well, I'm the exception. You need to bow down to me because I am the exception. Instead of going, no, that's normalcy back 100 years ago. I mean, if you're educated or not, if you're just worldly or not, you see through the bullshit or not, doesn't make you the exception. Um, yeah, you know, and he was like, what? You're just not going to pursue women? I'm like, no. I mean, at my age, like they're looking for a retirement plan. Like when I got married, I married a woman much younger than me, and she was looking for, a sperm donor and an ATM, and it was apparent. Like literally within a year, I realized that this is not. And it took me another 6 months to finally say, okay, this is not going to work. Lost half my house that she never paid anything into. But in my state, if you put her on the deed, which, and
Yeah, you're
I was
fucking
stupid.
yourself.
I didn't realize because I thought, well, doesn't matter. I mean, that's moving forward. No, in my state, it's considered a gift to the marriage, much like the wedding ring. If you don't consummate the wedding, yeah, you might be able to get it back, but if you get married, like that's done. Sunk cost done. So, back in 2010 or 2012, I was finally divorced.
Riggs Jr.
Because she literally
said,
wanted me.
It's
We didn't
blatantly
have
obvious
kids.
now what it is, and gee, I wonder why men
She
left
wanted me to
society.
pay for the fact that she spent her youthful years. She was like 31, 30 and a half, and I was 38. And she wanted me to pay for her actions. Like the fact that she married somebody that didn't bow to her whims, give her everything that she wanted. I mean, I bought her a $28,000 fucking wedding ring, and within 8 months, 6 months, she was like, "Well, we can upgrade that to a 3.5 carat center." I'm like, holy fuck! Now, to my own mistake, because I didn't really watch social media, but she was a religious devouter or eater of Sex and the City. Like she had the 5 DVD set, would sit there and binge watch it on weekends. And I'm like, what? What? She's like, oh, it's just, a rom-com romance or whatever. And I didn't know enough about that series to realize that how fucking evil, like undermining it was for relationships. I just thought, well, I mean, women like soap operas and drama, whatever. I didn't realize how nefarious that whole series was on women for their expectations that they can wait, like Carrie Bradshaw, wait until she was 40, 42, and then Mr. Big came along and
What you
rescued
saw
her.
with Sex and the City was your cosmopolitan feminism.
Yes, exactly.
That's all you saw. And that's where the idea of the ideal, and I need a ideal man with the 6 feet.
Man.
The ideal man came up. 6 figures, 6 feet tall, 6-pack abs, 6 inches or more in the pants. That's where that whole idea come from, was a dumbass feminist magazine. trying to
and
push
even when they
the
made poor
same
choices,
bullshit.
there was
Yeah.
there was always another man to come in and rescue them from when they said, uh, I can't remember Charlotte or not Charlotte, but what the redheaded lesbian now that she had a great guy. Um, didn't make a lot of money, and I can't remember his name, but he was like a tradesman, and
Mm-hmm.
and that was enough. Like, uh, I was
No,
trying to tell my
because they're
buddy,
busy
like,
comparing themselves to other people that they're not, and they think that they're entitled to what others have too. So.
yeah, and this shit was all before social media came out.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't, and much like Shades of Grey or whatever that fucking book was,
Yeah, 50 Shades of
the
Grey.
wealthy, yeah, 50 Shades of Grey, like that shit
Rich,
was
powerful
there
fuckboy
before.
hits on the average chick, and yeah, it's just
But
feminist cool
grabbing by
slop.
the pussy is just such a like miss, such a fucking horrific statement to say.
Uh, I get
Like
mad at the
bitch, like
women for letting the rich and powerful men grab them by the pussy.
well, it was
If
their
if
own choice.
if that's what it takes, that says a lot more about the individual than it does the man. If a
Yes.
woman will just let a rich and powerful man grab her by the pussy, fuck's that say about the woman? That's low
Yeah.
morals and ethics and values right there. So, who's really at fault with that? It ain't the
Their mother.
man, the mom, the
Their,
dad.
their mother.
But then it comes to another problem where, like, she hits a certain age, like, you can't tell me how to dress, blah, 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 and to a degree, they ain't wrong. You can't control them like that. They'll just rebel even harder. So, what do you do in this instance then, You can't beat your kids no more. Because that's
Well,
wrong.
it's like the age-old directive: if she can't be led, she can't be. Or, excuse me, if she can't be directed, she can't be led. If she can't be led, she can't be led. Because there are no two co-pilots on a fucking airline or a ship. And you know what, ladies? Yeah, it is your responsibility to find a good fucking captain. But if you're willing to settle for the guy that gives you the tingles, you reap the ramifications of your choices.
Colon
But
copper.
society does not want accountability ever to be held to women. I mean, literally, like like when I was talking to my divorce attorney, and she was going after. Again, we were married for less than 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted a payout for child. Well, we didn't have kids either. She didn't want child support, but she wanted alimony. And he said, and of course the issue, with my almost fully
C Jones 91 U2X.
He's like, yeah, you fucked up
said,
there, like
Women
literally
chase
in
their
stating
feelings
your
with
end.
tingles.
Putting her on the deed is considered a gift to marriage. Doesn't matter if you knew that or
Styrex
not.
Blue
It is what it is.
said,
So I gave her half the house equity that she never paid a cent to. And she still came after me. And we had to litigate this for about 8 months in court, where she wanted to have a portion of my investments. And thankfully, the judge was like, this is short-term marriage. Yeah, you already have like something that you never really paid into. In our state, I don't. Well, he even said, he was like, I don't necessarily agree. If it's different, if it's stay my wife and kids or whatever, certainly take care of them. We certainly don't want the
alimony. Child support maybe, but that's still, but no alimony. They should not be getting a payout. Period.
Ultimately, it was denied. And then, of course, within our current groups or whatever, I was the asshole because even though I didn't leave her, she filed for divorce when she filed charges against me because I had guns in the house. And I threw a cup of water on her when she was hitting me.
Styrex
almost got arrested. Thank God for this cops, because I'm sure they've seen this multiple times before. We had an argument. I don't fucking remember what it was. So fucking stupid, all the bullshit that went with her. And so I had marks, scratches on my face. I told him, like, yeah, here's what happened. There was a cup of water on the floor. I was trying to leave. She didn't let me. She struck me. And then she ran up to her room and called you because I had guns in the house. They're all locked up. There is one unsecured next to the nightstand. It's not on me. And they're like, you know what? Like, we're not going to take you to jail, but you need to go. And I'm like, fine. I went to my brother's and stayed there.
Styrex Blue.
I'd have been like, this is my house. She needs to
Whistling.
go. That's the other part that pisses me off. It's like, why am I having to leave? Like, this is my fucking house. I fucking paid for it. He could go back with their mom and fucking dad.
Said.
Yeah,
Wants to partake in the
unfortunately work
dumpster
that way.
fires.
It's
Join
like,
the
hey,
Discord
if she had to go into a halfway house,
She can go into a fucking women's shelter for all I fucking care. I don't give a shit. You're gonna have to arrest me and take me out of my own goddamn house. And I'm gonna fucking take y'all's ass to court.
Courts don't really look at it that way, Chaos. They look at it as, who's the oppressor, who's the oppressed, given the narrative.
I look at it as we're equals. Why is she getting treated better because she's a goddamn female? That's motherfucking sexism.
It is.
And then we could go down that motherfucking rabbit hole and say, if we're supposed to be equals, why are we being sexist here? Why is she getting treated better because she's got a fucking vagina? This isn't fair. This isn't equal. This isn't feminism. This is authoritarianism. This is fucking tyranny. They're going to have to kill me at that point because I'm not going to stop. Once I go down that hole, it's over. They're going to have to shut me up physically. I won't stop. I won't stop. I will be the worst fucking thing they've ever experienced.
Well, we live in social Marxism.
C. Jones
Oh, yeah.
2X.
Systemic racism,
My friend's
white
ex-wife told people he
privilege,
had guns and they were all
like you're
airsoft
ignoring
and
the
BB
fact
guns.
that
He had a
in
Glock and
society
shotgun for
that
home defense. She
whites
completely blew it
predominantly
up worse
built.
than it needed to be.
Yeah, you can make the argument that without slave labor, but you know what? The cotton mill was generated or created not too long after slavery took place, and it made the cotton mills of slavery more productive. But it wasn't because of like systemic racism.
No,
it was like
slavery wasn't. Slavery
opportunity.
wasn't about skin color. It was about free labor. I ain't got to pay these motherfuckers. Ha 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 ha.
And chaos. Like you probably know that there are so many examples of indentured servants. Yes, they weren't slaves because they were not black, but they came in from Ireland or Belgium,
everywhere, because indentured servitude. That was how the what's the word? That was if you
that's how they got
got
the
alone.
message to
That's how,
America.
yeah. Well, that was some of it too, but back then, indentured servitude was also if you borrowed money from somebody, you
Slavery
were
turned out to be more costly than we could ever
indentured.
imagine.
You were. That was how you paid back your debt.
Right.
Was you would
And
work
most
for that
people
person
that
until
were
your debt was paid.
non-black came to America and were indentured because of the obligation for the passage for them to create a better opportunity. And all these fucking black people,
like hood booger Americans.
and literally, I talked with one, I don't know, a couple of months ago at the dog park because I was like, okay, like clearly you have an agenda, and I'm white, you're black, and I'm like, have you ever heard of Anthony Johnson? Had no fucking clue. And then I just, extolled him. I'm like, he was the largest slave owner in Virginia. You know what his race was? Black. Do you know the only court case that went to trial was from him to keep his slaves on his plantation?
C. Jones 91 U2X.
And then he was like, I don't believe you. I'm like,
blacks sold
fucking
other blacks into
ChatGPT.
slavery, something the leftists
Anthony
love
Johnson,
to twist.
slave. Look at the history. And he's like, well, okay, that was
Oh
one.
yeah,
about
the
how
Barbary.
There you
took
go.
over a
The
million
Barbary
European
pirates
slaves.
killing off a whole bunch of
For no reason,
Christians and
33
enslaving them.
Said. Indentured servants is how my family got to America,
exactly,
but it wasn't
right?
that bad. We became rich until the Great Depression. C. Jones 91
slavery
U2X
domination has happened
said,
Oh, fuck yeah.
There were a
history.
ton of black slave owners.
And here's something else that they don't talk about. That you gotta think about who controlled, who had most of the money back in the day. You know, it wasn't your average Joe. It was some fucking tiny hat motherfucker.
Those who
They were a
shall not be
majority.
named,
They
right?
were a majority of the owners of the ships that were bringing the slaves out during the transatlantic trade of slave too. But they don't talk about that shit either.
TURBODAD said,
The merchants. Who were the merchants? Who were the merchants? Oy vey!
C. Jones
Yeah,
91 U2X
oh, they've been rewriting history.
said, what the left
Beers.
are doing is rewriting history through propaganda.
And that's my biggest issue. Like,
He wasn't the only one. There was another one that was
the happy
he was a peanut plantation, the dude with peanuts.
said,
He had slaves.
frisbee hats.
Frisbee hats. I can't remember the guy's name. The dude that invented peanut butter, he's a plantation owner, had slaves.
Oh, not James.
Like one of the few
Fucking
things
white
black
history.
people invented throughout history. Excuse me. Pot o'clock. Drink up, smoke up. It's time. We with peanut kangs and quangs and
TURBODAD
shit.
said, we was peanuts and shit.
So chaos and chat.
C.
Like
Jones
I
91
literally
U2X
like. All right, so I got like
said,
rift
a
reduction.
lot of tiny hats are
force,
changing history.
back
Coincidence?
in
I
December.
don't think so.
And you know, I've worked for a couple Fortune 50 companies, and I saw the writing on the wall. Like literally, we have somebody that comes in. She worked for, you know, Farms to America, like an NGO, and she got promoted to a position that literally somebody as a white male would probably take them 10 years. But with 2 years of experience in the industry, never managing people, he now gets promoted to a higher position than what he did. I don't think, and it can, because look, I mean, from my perspective, society is fucked. It's going to run its course. Economically, I am concerned because I want to worry or concerned about my retirement. When you create a disincentive, when you create a situation where a man's purpose is not focused on creating something, but living for himself, and given all the guardrails that society has, he is going to live minimalistically, selfishly, according to society. He is going to check out Grey Ghost
For no reason,
and all the
33
all the ammunition that can be held
Another
against
part
him.
of my family
White
tree might have had some
privilege,
merchants in it, but she
racism,
changed her name and
systemic
married a rich baron, so
racism.
all is
He's going to
forgiven.
go, you know what? You won. I'm not going to be in your bailiwick of fucking people that want to fight for this shit.
No.
People like me are just going to go, yeah, I made a very good income, but today I'm going to look at how I invest and how I can create value for me and sustainability for my retirement. And the issue is that I am reliant on other entities to create that. But what happens when other people like me that work for Oracle or ServiceNow or Microsoft, same thing. They're like, you know what? Why is quiet quitting a thing with people?
God, quiet quitting.
Because the reward is not worth the effort.
Correct.
Same thing with marriage.
That's
right?
why I'm
So
not working as hard
economically-
as I should, because why work harder when I'm not
You're
gonna
not
get
paid
a
for it.
raise? I'm not gonna get a raise based
Exactly.
off of how hard I work. I get a raise when everybody else gets a fucking raise.
Yep.
So it's like, why should I even bother working hard? You know, it's pointless.
Bare minimum, which I 20 years ago, dude, you're a fucking pussy if you don't strive and be better.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I get it. The incentive is not there anymore.
Been seriously
You know, and it goes
disincentivized.
way beyond like a pay increase. Like we're talking about family formation, wealth generation, creating a better environment for
33
your kids than what you
said,
had. Like it.
quiet quitting
I
is
mean,
just doing
I'm
your job and
literally
not doing someone else's for them.
concerned about our GDP growth.
Riggs Jr.
If men
said,
continue to check out,
quiet
women
quitting
continue to
IMO is
be
matching
who they
your effort
are,
to your wage, no more
we
going
will
above
not
and beyond
have
as there is
the
no incentive to
success
do
that we
so.
did in previous decades. We will have more government debt, more entitlements, more regulations to control the narrative, and more men are going to check out.
Yep.
And ultimately, it's going to affect, no matter if you're checked out or not, it will affect you.
Oh yeah.
It may not affect you until you go into a nursing home or the hospital, but when you have nurses that are DI hires, don't give a shit, they just want to get paid, yeah, your care's going to be affected. From an economic perspective, you have people that are not producing, they are taking. You know, there's only so much where government is going to say, or corporations going to say, we're not returning the expectations for our investors.
Riggs Jr.
And so
said,
we're not going
my
to
old
input the
bosses
capital
used to give me
in
weird
order
looks when
to
ID refused
sustain that
trainings when
growth.
they said no pay bump was included.
So I look at it as like, dude, we are in a trifecta with feminism, DEI, wokeism or whatever, and just the reality of men going, yeah, the pursuit is not worth the goal. And even if you're lucky,
C. Jones 91
they
U2X
literally look at it
said,
as, well,
Riggs Jr. A
you
lot of
got
people
yours.
do it every day.
Oh,
Fuck
you're
these
right.
modern day
Of course you
conglomerates.
did. Or, I mean, if you're Muslim or a Middle Eastern or illegal, oh, good for you. You overcame the system. The system is what brought you into this country in the first place in order for you to achieve what you did achieve. So, anyway, long story, sorry for the rant, but I see. I don't see fair weathers storms ahead. I see unique opportunities, but I see a lot of like civil unrest. It's not going to be global or it's not going to be nationwide, but I definitely see in the next 5 to 10 years. And who knows what sparks it off? Who would ever have thought George Floyd, multiple convicted offender, strong-armed, a pregnant woman, fentanyl Floyd, and
C.
that
Jones
will
91
cause
U2X
35
said,
deaths and
if you're
billions
working a
of
9 to 5,
damages
that system is
to
against
our
you.
country.
C. Jones 91
I just look at
U2X
most people like,
said,
I'm not
people have no
expecting
choice, of course.
everybody to see what I see, and most people in the chat say the same thing.
All you gotta do
we're-
is just start showing them. You just gotta show them the proof. They gotta see it with their eyes, or they've got to experience it themselves. That's the unfortunate part. I would rather you not experience that boot on your neck. You could all be prevented today, but it just everybody has to get on that same page. And unfortunately, some people are benefiting way too much from the bullshit that's going on, where they're not going to want to give up those privileges.
Well, Cass, did you see the congressional testimony that occurred yesterday with the Smithsonian director? Did you see that?
I quit paying attention to the Smithsonian when they
C.
started
Jones
pushing that white
91
supremacy
U2X
bullshit.
said,
well, all right,
starting your own business or working for yourself,
so
although difficult in the end, you're winning if you can be successful at it.
Basically, objectivity is white supremacy. Facts, logic, reason is white supremacy.
Yeah.
And literally, like
being on time, being early before you're supposed to be
being on time, showing up for work, white supremacy. Math, racist.
Science is racist. Make that one make sense.
So I mean,
How
like,
does,
you know,
how
I
do
mean,
number
we can only,
see skin color?
well, you know, like back when I was growing up in the 80s, like, yeah, skin color was really an issue, but it was I don't know, a considering factor.
I was always told just be careful around those people.
Exactly. It's like, hey, pattern recognition is not, you know, racism. It's just recognizing, you know, what made you, what made like humans still exist, right?
Yeah,
So,
growing
yeah,
up, I
pattern
found out why
recognition
they
with
kept. I found out
tigers.
why you shouldn't trust them all for sure.
Well, and you know, this whole Bank Trump, Nolan Wells bullshit, you know, and there's new light today of where the second coroner that did the autopsy that Ben Crump and Tyler Perry paid for and Colin Kaepernick paid for. There's like, yeah, kind of like a nothing burger. You know, and Brandon Tatum had one of Nolan Wells' buddies that was pictured on the boat. Like,
C Jones
I don't. I mean, there's
91U2X
so many narratives that
said,
the mainstream has tried
in
to
my earlier
portray that
jobs I do
we
see a
took
lot of
Nolan
people
Wells
being late
out to this
stealing and doing
island and murdered
unsavory
him.
things at work and
Like,
never
there's
getting shit canned,
videos
then I
of
knew the
us with
corporate
him,
working world is
and
all
there are
bullshit.
thousands of other people. It's July 4th weekend, big party event, huge rip currents. Several people have died on that island swimming. You know, and even after all that, because you know, of course, you know, and I hate to say it, but not all, not all, but the majority of black people are opportunistic fucks that use racism as a way to get their back.
Yeah.
And the media uses it as a way to divide, get clickbaits. And I don't like, unless there's a huge
C Jones
reset, I don't see this
91U2X
changing. I do see
said,
it morphing,
work smarter not harder, no,
but it's
being a
not going to be
piece of
enough in
shit
which
gets
to
you
get
ahead
back
and
to
over that
where we
curb.
were as a healthy society.
Oh, hi.
And thus the number of men, like if you look at the U6, not the unemployment, but the U6, the number of men or number of people that could work that aren't working, it's not going down, going
Oh
up.
no, it's only going up.
You know, and with that comes, you know, the tax base to support that.
Well, they're
Higher
finding out a
taxes
lot of
for-
them are doing like day trading and shit, and that's how they're making their money. So they don't have
I mean,
to
that's
work.
what like when I got laid off, like, all right, so I'm not going to bore you with my history or whatever. So, you know, I've worked for a couple Fortune 50 companies in healthcare. Great, you know, well, I wouldn't say all great, but
C Jones
more often than not,
91U2X
I got great
said,
or good reviews.
society, work, school, etc.
I would
reward
say
bad
on a
behavior
scale of
like
1 to
women.
5, 3.5, 4 on most, right? You know, always room for improvement, whatever, which I respect. Like, you know, yes, nobody is going to be a 5. So I put in time for a PTO. We had a family event, my father's celebration of his 7th birthday. So I put it in, did what Humana wanted me to do, put it in the system, got approved. 6 weeks later, my new fucking boss, because my old boss, she got, all right, so she got downsized. She got laterally moved over. She had no experience in our department. She had 2 years of another area's experience, not
C Jones
relevant at all to what we
91U2X
did.
said,
And she was an
women
operation
praise
person,
cheaters
so it
over
was
the
like
good guy
check
always.
boxes, whatever. And you know, we didn't have like a boss for
wild
7 months,
Crystal Kid in.
and nobody
Entered the
cared.
chat. Welcome
I
to
mean,
the stream.
the only person that cared
Crystal Kid
was
in
our senior VP
said,
that was like,
hello.
I need a buffer between the people that do the work and me. And so he put her in. She lasted a year for, you know, we had a 360 evaluation.
Crystal
So she
Kid in
evaluated us, and we
What the
said,
evaluated her.
on break
She
left
had a
below.
fucking
Styrex
50%
Blue
lower
hey.
What's a
rate
loke,
or
kid?
approval. What's that?
I was talking to the chat. I'm listening, but I'm also talking to the chat.
I know. You know what? Hey, I've been day drinking. I'm getting ready to go full. The part of this is like a rant going, you know what? I've lived long enough in the corporate world, on my own, corporate world. I just, like, I'm not going to be rich, but I don't need to deal with the bullshit. And if I have to deal with the bullshit, I would rather figure out how I can minimize expenses to not have to deal with that. And if that means like getting a trailer in New Mexico or whatever, and have a couple of dogs, I'm okay with that. You know, or Tennessee or whatever, I'm okay with that. I just, you know, my biggest issue about moving out there is because maybe I have more than what others do, I'm going to be a target.
Yeah.
Those are the naggers.
We start out saying beach, but then they turn to regular logs. There's some Jewery afoot. Who the fuck casted judo on me? Which one of you fuck casted your judo on me? Bet it was Kitten.
So, I mean, literally, this is why I understand why men are like, gym, work, video games. You know, all are a part of like self-improvement. You know, video games, yeah, you can argument like, yeah, you're wasting your time, but you have a goal. And today's society, you know,
Gives
family
you a
tree.
goal, it gives you something to
Said.
achieve.
How many times were you killed so far?
Yeah, and
Crystal Kid
relatively, it's
said,
very inexpensive
many.
given what you have to endure going out to a restaurant, you know, where the average date is $180. So what, you take her out 3-4 dates and then she finally decides like, yeah, I like
I'm
you
not
enough to
interested
be
anymore.
dicking me. Or, exactly, or I found somebody better. I wish you the best journey in your life, but I don't think we're a match. Like, I think most men are going, yeah, it is a transactional relationship today. It's always been, but nowadays it's more than ever. And there is always going to be something better than you. Always. Much like women, there's always going to be somebody younger, more fertile, more beautiful. But men kind of look at like, all right, so if I put money into this investment, I'm going to ride this until I die. Especially if I have like feelings or emotional investment. You know, you gave me kids. You know, you took care of the family when I was out busting my ass. Fair trade. Not really a fair trade, but it's like, all right, it's a fair trade in society. Nowadays, all that's broken. And that's why men play video games, work at a gym, focus on their finances, don't want to share, or share with conditions with
Share with my
women.
friends. About it.
It'll be interesting in the next 20 years with women.
It'll just be interesting to see how things are then. I'm hoping I'm not alive by then. But I'll be 60 but in another
You're a young
20 years.
dude, dude.
I'm only 40 something.
Yeah, you're a young dude. I don't know. I look at it like
I try to be
Styrex
optimistic,
Blue
but it's hard sometimes.
said.
well,
WASD
because you're
or up,
aware.
down, left,
I
right
mean, that's the
arrows.
issue. It's like the people that like, well, you just need to find the right girl. Like you have no, like your perspective is so fucking smooth brain. I can't even talk to you. Is if I did, if I gave you facts, logic, reason, you'd be like, oh, you must hate who hurt you. That whole fucking bullshit. And
I
I,
start
I
checking
think,
out when that shaming language starts popping up. It's like, oh,
oh,
we're going this route, huh? You gonna try and shame me now? Cool.
yep. Now, in some ways, I feel like I wish I was stupider than what I am.
I wish I
And
didn't know the
again,
things I
I'm
know
not.
now for sure.
There you go. There you go. More of an accurate representation. I wish I didn't know
I
what I
wish
know
I
now.
was still
Obviously,
slightly
if I did,
ignorant to it.
What's up? What's
I
up?
wish I was an autistic trans
Huh. Hey,
POC.
well, hold on. Nowadays, you can be. If you want to identify it, that's your prerogative, and nobody can stop you. Unless they be a bigot.
What's going on,
Hmm.
big?
We're talking about how gay you were.
Oh, I don't know who that is, but sure.
What's the downside of
He was
being a bigot?
outlaw adjacent that he was outlaw adjacent that told us all about you. Hey, hey, outlaw. You're in Mississippi or no, actually Alabama. I'm right. So, like the whole Nolan Walls. Have you watched some of the shit that's come out today
Styrex
All
Blue
in
about
walls.
the coroner's report?
You killed
The
Cancer 5
interview
minutes ago.
that Brandon Tatum had with one of the kids that was shown on the photograph with Nolan Walls. Dude,
Oh,
your area is prime battleground from the fucking naggers going, it ain't right. I don't care what you say. It ain't right. We're gonna burn this shit down.
yeah. Yeah, Birmingham is ripe with, all that racial bullshit.
You know,
No,
which is funny. I would say like 10 years ago, I had an opportunity to take a job in Birmingham. Some part of me, I kind of wish I did. It was a great opportunity, but look back and go, I don't know, man. I'm like, look, I love the
Seasons
South.
91
I'm here in North
U2X.
Carolina. So
Said.
Mississippi,
07
Alabama,
Outlaw.
if I was going to live in the States, like other than like Virginia or Southern Virginia, Tennessee, primarily, Texas, Kansas even, I would not want to move to the lowdown.
yeah.
It's just like you can be the exception, but you're not going to be the rule. And Mississippi, Alabama, I mean, much like Big Crump said, and this happened in Mississippi, right? Corn Island with Norman Wells. He's like, well, Mississippi has a long, history of, treating black people and white supremacy. I'm like, first of all, my grandfather that fought, or great grandfather that fought in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying I should have systemic PTSD because of the shit that he went through? Anyway, so
How's that
yeah.
even? Like some of the
Relevant?
shit they say makes my brain just it shuts it down, and it's like first thing I could think to do is just like punch them for saying something so fucking stupid. And I really think we need to start when someone says something just so absolutely fucking just asininely retarded, you just punch them. And then maybe after enough, they'll get the idea, hey, maybe I shouldn't say some retarded shit so I don't get punched no more.
See, a lot of people forget that back in 2020, when all that bullshit was happening with the coup and BLM Summer of Love, Mayor Woodfin, which is the mayor of Birmingham, was down there in the city park, with those people, chanting, all this bullshit, and it damn near caused a riot because a lot of them black people were coming into the suburbs and killing people. And we need to get that guy out of office ASAP.
Hey, Black.
Moron. Yeah, he is. He's a fucking moron.
Hey, Black. I'm gonna invoke Jesse Lee Peterson. Hey, Black.
He's a moron.
A lot of people in power, fucking morons.
And I found out that Birmingham became a sanctuary city when all that was going on with the illegals.
We became a sanctuary city not too long after they started after they started popping up.
I'm just sitting there.
You're
right there. Yeah, it kind of pissed me off that we were housing illegal immigrants.
Well, I'm
tax
sitting there
dollars,
like,
but I was suddenly people started calling me a xenophobe and all this other shit. And I'm like, wait, what?
well, I'm sitting there looking around the city of Birmingham. Like over half of it is burned up and trashed and abandoned, and warehouses and shit are just parking lots. And I'm like, where are you gonna house all these people?
Said.
But then I thought about it. They're building new UAB condos for these college kids in the inner city. They were tearing down whole blocks and redeveloping part of Birmingham for these college kids to, have
It's
these grocery stores.
gentrification, you fucking bigot. Oh my God.
Yep, that's what it is.
Like,
They don't want the kids to go out there and destroy shit, so they appease them. It's that soft parenting shit, kind of like what they do with the blacks and shit. They martyred Chauvin, so they still went out and fucking rioted. But they do that to appease the angry mobs that go out there and pitch fits every time they don't get their fucking way. When what needs to happen is people need to just nut up, punch these whiny motherfuckers, and tell them shut the fuck up. Quit being a stupid cunt.
So they're
kind
building
of like that Vietnam veteran at the Cubs game. He was smacked that fucking kid.
Yeah! Smacked
So
the
they're
shit out that kid. I fucking stood up and saluted him.
So they're building these condo type looking like apartment buildings in downtown Birmingham, and then at the base level you've got grocery stores, you've got barber shop, I think they've got dentist office and doctor's offices and like laundromats and all that at the bottom, and then at the top where they live. And so they ain't really got to go nowhere. They're trying to pack them in like sardines.
Get us living like they
Like,
do
I
down
would
in
rather
Venezuela
now-
and shit. You should go down and see what the slums look like in Venezuela. 'Cause that's what they're trying to... What was that other movie? Oh... Ready Player One? Where they were living in a bunch of stacked trailers and shit.
Yep.
They wanted some shit like that.
Oh, you talking about that Adam Sandler movie?
Ready Player One.
That was Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, it was a video game movie. And I'm right there with you, C. Jones. I'm very much for my country first over everybody else. Fuck these other countries. You want to help them, you go there and help them yourself.
So Chaos, I was trying to explain to a neighbor of mine who's like, got a great dog here, and I, for our own benefit, I may say I need to rehome. Like, because culture in Southeast Asia, you can do it, and it's not denial of offense. It's just first quality of life. Would I rather have her in a farm with a farm with other dogs? I could give her a better life there than I could here, and that's the only thing that really keeps me. And I can go over there. I will always be the outsider. Always be the friend. I will always be the rich Westerner that can pay for other people's shit. But I'm here to tell you that I've spent, 8 years like watching expats, like pros and cons of different countries. And monetarily, I could stay here. To live like a lavish lifestyle comparatively to a southeastern Asian lifestyle. But I'm not going there because of the monetary. I'm going there because of the culture. Yes,
Yeah.
I am, will always be looked at as a white man, but I'm not going to be looked at as a white man as somebody that is systemic racist towards other. They will look at me and go, "Yeah, you got money, probably. So let's figure out how we can extract that." Not all, but a good majority of Filipino, Thai, Malaysian women, that's their persona, which I get.
You're gonna be the
You know,
white
you
man
can't
with
make
the
it on
large
your own.
American penis.
Huh?
You're gonna be the white man with the large American penis. Oh, South Park joke.
You're muffled. Sorry. What? Like, oh, trans? Are you talking about
No,
trans
he
penis?
said you're gonna be the. Oh, you big meckin' penis. No, I always tell guys if you want an experience, go Asian because their tiny hands make your dick look so much bigger.
Oh, good God.
So, buddy that's married to this Asian, we had the poll yesterday, and we were talking about like just options. I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like because I have options, it's like a moment of paralysis. Because again, I researched the fuck out of everything to my own detriment. I was in cash for 3 years. Couple hundred grand, and of course I missed out on the things. Anyway, so I said, I I agree. No matter where you go, women are going to be women, right? Um, but it's more about the laws and
C Jones
culture
91 U2X
that confines
said,
them to
Asian
not
pussy
be
makes my dick
what
look
they
bigger
are
than
in
it
the
already
West.
is.
And he was like, "Oh, I get that." And then, of course, he reverted back to his wife. He was like, "But she's not like that." I'm like, dude, you don't understand. I'm not talking about like Mala. She's a fucking brilliant woman. You should be grateful. But the fact that I have to tell you, and I would never tell this in front of her, that you should be so happy because she is not the fucking degenerate, entitled expectation. I need this, me. I mean, y'all have your own issues. I've seen them,
It's all about
but
me. It's all about It's all about me.
yeah,
Give
like the
me.
whole meism isn't as prevalent. Yeah, and gratitude, yeah, I'm gonna cut that with like maybe I don't know, maybe with the broadcloth of like, yeah, there's gratitude, but
Oh yeah,
that's only
they're
because of
very
hatred.
appreciative. They're very appreciative of what you do for them.
Well, relative to what we can do for our women here in America.
Oh, the ones here
So
want
he was
fucking
like, he was like,
big
"Are you gonna
mansion.
go to Southeast
They
Asia?"
want to compete with other women and what they have, and they don't care who they got to destroy to do it.
Exactly, exactly. So he was like, "So you're telling me that you want to go to say Southeast Asia, leave your dog to find a woman?" I'm like, "Fuck no, dude." I recognize that female nature is universal. It is
Hmm.
part of their DNA. And part of me, biologically, evolutionary psychology, I get it, right? But I will tell you they have more respect for the male leadership than they do here in America. Yeah, there is the the yin yang or the seesaw of like Western Americans are expected to do more than their own countrymen. Um, but I'm like, you know what? I just don't want a combative woman, right? And if like literally, I look at it as like, hey, because he was like, oh, you need to go on dating apps. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
Like
those
I get
things
it.
are a
Like you've been married
joke.
for like 15 years. Like you don't have any clue. Like literally, this guy goes on
That's automatically
TikTok.
what I lead off with. Is like you've been married for a long time. You don't know what these waters are like. These waters
Yeah,
are fucking
yeah,
toxic as fuck, man.
It's changed since gotten out of high school.
It
It ain't even the
was
same dating market since then.
fuck.
And that's been 15 years ago.
The dating market in high school, I was competing with guys 10 years older than me.
Yep. It's not because
That was
we're
my
good,
high school
it's because of
experience.
resources.
That too.
Shit, now we're competing
See
against
Jones
anybody that's
91
got fucking
U2X.
property and
Now we're
Said,
competing
Money and
against
modern marriage
everybody
is just self-inflicted
around the world.
cuckoldery.
pretty much.
Marriage used to have a purpose, but that purpose has been devalued so goddamn much by the communists and socialists and atheists, where it's just a stupid piece of paper now to me. And I can't make myself ever see marriage in a positive light ever again.
Well, marriage was destroyed when the government took it over.
Mm-hmm. Much like the family, with LBJ's Great Society and the whole fucking crack epidemic, and it's never going back. I mean, look, the black community back in the 1910s, 1920s was more nuclear than the white community.
Yeah. Yep.
What happened? Government came in.
Around
Government.
the 50s and 60s,
The liberation movement.
around the 50s and 60s, the government started planting drugs in their neighborhoods and weaponry. I watched
Yeah, the whole Nicaragua. Ortega.
They needed
All
all
the
that
military-
to push the war on drugs.
There's documents.
Yeah,
that used to-
Bush.
See, I've heard this growing up, but I never really paid much attention to it until I started noticing it more and more. They will literally fabricate a problem and then just start throwing taxpayer money at it.
Right. Well, because it's
And that's literally what they've been doing this whole
Democrats,
goddamn time.
that's
They've
their
been
go-to.
creating a problem. They say, we got this problem here going on now, so we need to start focusing on this while they go off and do some other fuck shit. And it's
That's their go-to, brother.
Now, at the time when the Black Panthers started showing up
Oh,
in
you
the
mean
ghettos,
you mean the black Israelites? Oops, I don't know if I'm
know-
supposed to say that part.
well, you know why? Because the government planted drugs and
The
weaponry and all
Muslim
that.
Brotherhood. Oops, I said that part out loud too. Oops.
Yeah, the government funded their destruction, just like they're funding the white man's destruction.
No, those are the Black Panther. The original Black Panthers were black Israelites and
Yeah.
and the fucking jihads.
I'm talking about the ones that are actual black people that were trying to fight to protect their neighborhoods from the government and whatnot.
Well, you blame the women for that one for taking advantage of the whole no-fault divorce. They can get benefits and shit without having to be married.
And then LBJ came in there and started making policies that
I'm gonna have these niggas voting Democrat for the next 200
Exactly.
years.
I got them on the plantation forever.
Yep.
But you know what? Like men like us and intelligent people, like we have opinions, feelings, whatever, emotional responses, but men react to the environment. They adjust.
Damn,
They
Skippy.
overcome. And in this case, we are overcoming by just simply walking away.
and see the music industry back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s was them funding the prison industrial complex to get them blacks in prison.
You talking about when they started the gangbanger shit?
Yep. They had a hand in
Or rap.
white people through the music too.
Yeah.
Yep. But you know, like
Now
when
the white women's acting just as ghetto and trashy as the black ghetto booger women.
Yep.
but when you like illustrate, with facts, logical reason, like the normies go, hurt you, or why are you racist?
The ones that haven't woken up, I just start calling them communists. And where I work, you can't be a Christian and a communist. The ideologies are antithetical, or I think that's the right word. They go against each other like water and oil. And then they look at me dumbfoundedly, and then I have to explain to them what fucking Marxism is and communism because they're fucking ignorant to it.
Well, I heard a lot of Southern Baptist preachers say you can't be a Christian and be Democrat.
I've heard a few say that too. I said, thank you. Because they've always been the party of communism and authoritarianism. But people and I see, and
chaos,
it's through their actions, and it's all through their actions that I see this shit. It's not even listening to their talk; it's their actions. Now you can go back and read all their literature, and there's a lot of overlapping shit between all these big igot-phobes.
But Chaos, didn't you know the party switched? That's what they tell me.
Switched.
Yeah, I know. That's what every one of them tells me.
There was a point where like Republicans came down and started like doing shit to the land and all that, and a lot of Democrats went up north. But the South was predominantly a Democratic space for a really long time. Now it's just a hodgepodge of everything. That's why they needed mass immigration.
Have like 4 years cash or bonds, tips. The rest go aggressive as hell, and we'll just see where things go.
The Democrats, the Democrats of yesteryear are way different than the ones of today.
Huh.
They've
just been biding their time until the time is right. That's all they've been doing this whole time.
Well, what's in office now ain't Democrat or Republican. That's just straight up tyrannical, you know.
They finally took off the mask. This has been them the whole fucking time. Like I said, they've just been biding their time until the time is right. That's why they've been ramping everything up so hardcore lately.
I don't even justify these people in office as Democrats or Republicans.
Oh, they're all communists and socialists.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was getting at. They're just straight up tyrannical.
Oh, call them what they are. They're communists and socialists. We need to call them what they are. So the people know. That's the point of blowing the horn and calling shit. You know, the communists are here. And they're already taking over, folks.
Right.
Once Texas is lost, and I'm pretty sure when the midterms come around, Texas is going to be lost. I hope to God I'm wrong. I want to be wrong on this. But if Texas turns blue, I'm going to be scared.
Have you seen what Harold, whatever his fucking stupid fucking gay ass name is, Calerico has gotten from open forum meetings with him? Black people are calling out on his bullshit. And again, like, 13-15% of one state can decide that. But when they're like, you're full of shit, you give all these illegals benefits that people that have been in the system for decades can't have access to. Go out to the Gateway Pundit.
You also got to remember they're only mad because it's happening to them now.
Of course,
they're
experiencing
they're experiencing what we've been dealing with for fucking centuries now.
Bingo.
Centuries probably the wrong word, but they get to feel the boot on their neck that we've been feeling, and now their livelihoods are being threatened because they now see immigration. There are people like me. It's like I'm wishy-washy about the whole immigration thing. Like, if you're gonna come here, your ass better assimilate to our way. Like, you're rejecting the place you're coming from. You're never bending knee to that place again. You're not bending knee to those people again. You bend knee to America. You bend knee to the flag. Whatever God you believed in, He stays in your fucking country.
Assimilation for the
You
West.
assimilate. And if you don't want to assimilate, if you don't want to learn the language of the land, you can get the fuck out and go back where the fuck you came from.
Yep.
They've already said they want to conquer.
Yeah.
Here,
This
Here's
is
what
we're
I'm
experiencing
York
experiencing a soft takeover. This is a non-violent takeover is what we're getting.
here's a very real red pill that people need to understand and wake up to. We don't run this country anymore.
Oh no.
We the people do not run this country anymore, and we haven't ran this country for decades. And the government has long since left us in the dust as far as wanting our opinion and
like button and
doing what we say about things. These governments don't answer to people; they answer to corporations. They answer to foreign power. They
the
answer
people
to
that give
banks.
them more money than us, so they can line their
And
pockets.
And the fact of the matter is, when you have fucking politicians in the White House that can be lobbied to by Johnson & Johnson or Kellogg's or whoever the fuck else, instead of the people who's actually fitting the bill for all of this shit. When Kellogg's has more power and say over things than people who pays for this shit does, there's a problem.
Yep.
There's a fucking problem. And it's not just them. It's the banks. It's the Jews. Whoever you want to name. Whoever you want to name.
The
Go down
money
the grocery
handlers.
Yeah, go down the grocery list. And it ain't just them. It's whoever runs Hollywood, which we know who that is.
Yeah.
Who runs your media. Who runs your education system. Every bit of this is on lockdown.
These are...
Yes. Who hurts you?
Communists and socialists hurt me. That's who.
That's what I always tell these ignorant women.
That's what I started saying. Communists and socialists interfered and fucked with my life. So now I seek to destroy everything that they love and enjoy.
No, like, I don't know, this is probably a decade ago, like, after my divorce, I was kind of going railroading on her, like, how the courts are so fucking unfair. Like, you get fucking pay a cent into this house and you get half. And this one fucking married or divorced 3 times, 4 different baby daddies, 4 kids. And she's like, who hurt you? I'm like, I did. I believed in the narrative. I no longer do. And she was like, she didn't respond because she was like, I have to think about that, right? And
you could also just take them to a reflective surface and let them look in it and let them ponder on what that means. Because if they represent, if one represents the other, then there's got to be, they try and force collective guilt on us. Why not force collective guilt back on them?
Yeah,
it's a passive aggressive way to shove it back down their throat,
the fallacy is you think that they're going to take accountability for that bullshit. They won't.
The objective is to make them feel like shit, make them cry, and realize what the fuck they've done to other men. If they're going to try and do that collective guilt bullshit.
Yes. You really think that they're going to realize that or not blame shit? Come on.
Oh, then you could do like the men in Japan do and just start beating the shit out of the feminists.
No.
You're going to get... that's only going to get you so far because they like to follow you and keep instigating. You know this, man. No, you were married. I was in a 7-year. Any fucking major argument where it's like, we'll talk about it later. And she's like, no, we need to talk about it now. And you're walking off and she's following you. And it's like, the next words that come out of her mouth are going to be something that dig at you, and you're just going to want to Floyd Mayweather her. Because it's what you would do to a dude. And, and she keeps, like, I've fucking busted a hole in the wall because it's like, woman, we'll deal with this later. I need to calm down first because you're fucking riling me up.
Yeah. That's all, like, That's all good, but it's not going to be supported by society. Like literally,
Yeah,
the only
that's the
way
thing.
that a man
This
has,
is where you gotta put your.
walk away.
This is where you gotta put your mind. Fuck society.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck what society thinks anymore. I'm not gonna be a
Oh,
traditional
yeah,
man in a non-traditional society. I can get fucked on that. Those people that try and force that. I'm a man. I'm supposed to bullshit. Fuck you. You want that equality
No, that's
shit?
my comment.
It's 50-50, and if she don't like it, oh well, I'll stay single. I don't give a fuck. I'm happy
men.
just walking off and beating off.
More and more men are going gray ghost. In the corporate world, in relationships, they know that if they cause a I don't know, a difference, that they're going to be attacked. And so the only way is to go, you know what? I want to still live my life after all this bullshit's done. So the only thing that I can do is to go, you know what? I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to give you facts, logic, reason. I'm just going to go, hey, you know what? You do you.
You do you, boo boo. I'ma do me.
The minute that each and every man in this culture realizes that they are nothing more than viewed as a disposable utility.
Utility? Yep.
C Jones 90 on YouTube.
That's the big thing.
Will be the moment. Will be the moment that they start realizing what's happening here. You will never be important to this system ever, other than your utility. They don't want you here. They don't like you here.
Yep.
They don't want you here. You helped build this system that they took over from your hands, and now it's fixing to go all digital, which was the plan from the start.
Yeah.
So, it's over. It's over unless you find a group of people somewhere, in the Zulu jungles of Africa or wherever that ain't got no internet. That women that don't know.
That's a good way to put it. God, the Zulu jungles of Africa. God damn it.
No, I mean, shit.
That's great.
It's just, well, I mean,
I get what you mean, though.
Unless you find one of them jokers that's got those metal rings around their necks that keeps it, elevated or whatever.
Determines how old they are. 1022. All right.
I mean, and I ain't being mean about it, but this is reality. When men realize that this is where they're at,
well, you start analyzing options and investment and return, and you're like, yeah, it's just not there. Like, much like a stock pick.
You gotta get your ROI, man. If there ain't no ROI, it ain't worth fucking with.
Yep.
I mean, again,
I got to have my ROI, man.
I mean, again, like we said a while ago, where is the authority in this culture that women answer to? If the average man don't have authority, if they don't, if they don't listen to the average man that pays taxes, if the average man doesn't have power and authority,
the man in their relationship, because that's what it's supposed to be.
But
they're not supposed to just up and give authority, bend knee to every man like that.
Well,
the man, that's in regards to like the marriage.
In general, that's what I'm saying.
But they're taking it a step further, thinking that they have to, yes, my lord, to every single man.
Look, biblically, a man and a woman is supposed to be on the exact same page as far as God's will for both of their lives.
Correct.
And they come together, which is what the two becoming one flesh in scriptures means.
Right.
And then when that happens, and they're both in God's will, there ain't no question about, am I second fiddle, or am I this? I don't want to do what you say, or this. No, they're both exacting God's will.
They both have their roles.
With God's, yes.
They both have their roles, and they have to abide by those roles.
Monkey said back in the day, probably a decade ago, responsibility without authority is slavery. authority without responsibility is tyranny. Like, let me just ask a common man, where do we live today?
Yes, sir.
It's tyranny.
Yep.
So it's like
I see a
once
lot
you
of rules for thee, not for me. And I did take the Authoritarian 101 class, so I understand authoritarianism.
Because everybody in this culture is classified on some level.
There's a reason
Above
the
Yeah.
man had
or
to
underneath.
ask the father for his
Exactly,
daughter, as a
Turbo
marriage
Dad.
deems a man worthy of
And
taking authority over his daughter.
I'm one of those guys, like, I enjoy meeting the parents because it gives me a better idea of her. And I've always found that most parents that I've ended up meeting, they love me. It's because I'm respectful, man. If I do plan on, like, my ex's dad, I had asked him already, if I do decide to marry your daughter, do I have your permission? And he's like, you don't need my, it's like, yes, I do. I need your permission.
he was like, fuck yeah, take her off my hands.
He was happy to get,
God.
dude, he was happy to get her the fuck out of the house, okay?
Exactly. He's like, look, she's 28 and she still is under my fucking.
No, I got with her when she was like 19, 20. I was like fresh out of the military. We met at Whataburger, dude.
I need your blessing, sir.
Said. Unfortunately, many
Can you
fathers are failing
imagine
with
taking
their
a girl
daughters
out
these
to
days. They let them
Whataburger
run
Yeah.
around following their hearts
And that's the thing with feminism. It took away all the man's authority in the household.
Said.
But with still the expectations that you provide.
But yeah, we were still expected to maintain all the other bullshit, but we had no more authority.
Yep.
True.
Like I said,
We couldn't discipline our kids no more. We can't tell our daughter, hey, I really don't think you should be fucking with that guy because he's putting off this vibe like he's just trying to get into your guts and he's gonna end up hurting you. And then I'm gonna have, I'm supposed to be your protector, and my first inclination is he hurt my baby girl. I'm gonna throttle this motherfucker and put the fear of God into him so he never does it to somebody else's daughter ever fucking again.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like I've got it in my head already. If I ever do manage to have a daughter, one of the first things I'm doing is buying a shotgun. And when every fucking boy she brings over, I'm gonna make sure to be doing something with it. Like, you hurt my daughter, I'm gonna hurt you.
I would say, you know what? Here, when you engage the action on the Mossberg, you reach chamber around, that's the sound that you're gonna hear before I blow your fucking head away from doing
If you do something to if you pull some janky shit with my daughter.
Right now, and you have the option to exit or leave. You can be, like, I'm not gonna fucking kill you, but I will say, if you do that, I'm gonna fucking fuck your life up.
Said. I have
But
a
you know what?
2-year-old daughter. I feel so different with her than my boys.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and boys need
No,
guidance too. You can't just do like my dad did and just kick me into the deep end and say, figure it out. Because that's how I learned how to swim too. Literally.
Yeah, Turbo. I mean, again, go back to what we were saying a while ago. That's because the average man in the household has had all of his authority stripped from him without his say-so.
Fucking sense. That, like, what I've seen, in my old relationship, like, her father, her stepdad, was a fucking loyal fucking simp. And I pointed this out to her. Like, do you really think that your mom should expect for him to do what he's done and provide for you, and you don't? And your mom, right there, I pointed out one incident where total disrespect. Do you think or realize? And she's like, well, I'm sure that she didn't mean it. I'm like,
it did.
Look, that is just my, like, small semblance, because they live in Boulder. And I'm like, I've only been here a week, and I can show you 2 times. I don't live here. I didn't grow up with them. Can you not
C. Jones
extrapolate
91
like what I'm
U2X
saying to see if there's a
said,
correlation of
all boys
behavior?
and girls need a
Like your
father in the home,
mom
period.
literally he
Most
rescued you
definitely.
from and rescued you as a 4-year-old from a life of fucking poverty, Section 8, constantly traveling from
Yeah.
apartment to apartment, preyed on men, perhaps preyed on. No, this guy is a fucking PA and a good living. And meanwhile, she got to like do her fantasy, like, I just want to take care of kids. She had a full daycare. I'm like, that's all good. Like he allowed that. But the
That's
fact that
cool.
you're condoning the disrespect that your mother has given to him, and again, I've only seen them interact for a week, and I can tell you 2 times where I'm like, dude, if that happened to me, and I told her, I was like, if that happened to me, I'm like, you're
TURBODAD
done.
said,
And
True
she's like,
CJ.
well, oh, it was so fucking gaslighting. Like, well, he didn't mean that. They've been together a long time. Couples will have arguments. Like, yeah, arguments are one thing. Disrespect as a culmination of the argument is a completely different thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, disrespect, done. Gaslighting, done. What do most women have to offer today to a good man?
Dude,
Boredom. Well,
that's about it.
right.
And that's at their
Literally
discretion. Headache.
companionship and poon. That's
I
it.
mean,
That's about it.
I got my companions here. These fucking furry terrorists. I'm looking around to make sure they're not around so I could talk my shit. Because Beerus likes to
And
come
pooping,
after me.
and pooping. That's why this culture tries so hard to get men to only think with their dick about everything. When you look at sex and everything, and
Yeah.
sex market orgies,
Oh, fucking
Yep,
sex
that's
education did a good job with me. Because I mean, they did it in a way that made sense. You know, the STD stuff. And I don't want a fucking STD. Even if you use a condom, you still have a chance of getting an STD. So I don't want it. You know, I'm gonna make sure if I'm gonna do it, it's with somebody that I'm in a relationship with or I'm married to. And that's the big thing. And then I broke it down further where, like, you got 2 people, say the other person slept with 3 people, you're now sleeping with 4 people. And say that other person has slept with like 2 people. So now you've got fucking 7 people in the fucking mix right there. So you got in a goddamn orgy. That's fucking gross.
yeah, yeah. This culture is full of that right there. What you just said.
Cyrex Blue
Why would any
said,
man see? First of all, you've got to care about your health as a man.
I don't want STDs.
and-
I don't want drip dick. I don't want the hurt. I don't want the clap.
Well, and when you notice that a lot of people have the YOLO bitch mentality,
Whoa.
or they don't care if they live or die from one day to the next, that's exactly why you're getting what you're getting in the culture, because nobody cares if they live or die. We're going to have sex. We're going to have fun. We're going to spread disease. We're going to do what we want to do because we're going to die anyway.
I may not fear death, but that doesn't mean I'm ready to die.
I mean, well, look at the economy. Now look at the economy. Look at what I say this all the time in my streams. Look at what the average man has, what he has to do to get by. You know, it ain't very much. Most men here ain't got very much. You know, little bit of trinkets, maybe some property, something. It ain't much, and it took them for fucking ever to get that.
So, I mean, I'm very behind on where I should have been. Like, I should have been a dad like 10, 20 years ago.
Oh, me too.
I should have had my house. I should have had this house, like, not this house particular, but I should have had a home like 20 years ago.
The economy is so fucked, RN.
When you see most men getting taken to the cleaners and everything getting stripped from them very easily, you know, it creates a society full of people that really don't see much in the point of living. Because everything's just, you know, what's the point? If you can work 30, 40 years of your life and every bit of it be taken away within just a few hours, you know, what was the point of all that time you spent? And so once men figure that out, it's like, we're we're just kind of here until something.
I'm a
snaps
John
or breaks
Galt
our
out, baby. Y'all need to read Atlas Shrugged. I know reading's not for reading's boring, but that
Oh,
book,
Atlas Shrugged and the Fountainhead.
man.
Dude, like two of my mainstaying like junior high and high school.
You will hear
books.
me reference that a lot. John Galt out. I'm stepping out of society. I tried to do good, but you know what? You don't want good, man. Adios.
So I bought both my nephews the Atlas Shrugged,
Mm-hmm.
and neither one of them fucking read it. And they're
Oh.
both themselves. One's a double E, like a major, works for Duke Power. The other one works for Coke. Whatever. They're not stupid people. They just were like, they just, hey, still jump. They just look at it like, all right, so that was in the past. This is now. I'm like, all right, so the Bible was in the past. This is now. There's a lot of good correlations to help guide you.
You know what your selling point you're missing? Selling point you're missing is human nature does not change. So when people pull that was back then, human nature don't change. That's why the Bible is still so relevant.
Yep.
People act today like they did back then.
And that's what the Bible's really about. It's a book about a bunch of people that are sinners, and some people were chosen to try and make a change. And at the end of the day, everybody chose sinners and killed the good guy, and then they hunted down all the good people that were spreading the message of good and deleted them too.
Human nature don't change.
No.
Why, it's all still relevant. And when young people are young, they haven't had enough failure and had enough penalty to say, okay, get it yet. That's the problem. Yep. I was the same way. Couldn't tell me shit when I was young, so I paid price. I'm like, okay, I get it.
That's why you gotta be humble. And that's something else you learn through walking with Christ is humility.
Right. Gratitude and humbleness, yes.
Yeah, he humanized even the slave. Back then the slave was just property, but here this guy comes in. They're images of God too, and you should love them as such. You shouldn't treat them cruelly. They ain't like that. Like, who the fuck are you? They're property. You don't tell us what to do.
How do you how do you make? Go ahead, brother.
I was just going to say, this is why I avoid a lot of conversations with young people. They have to come to you and ask. You can't push this on them.
Yeah.
Because now
No.
you're going to push them away. You have to find a way to get these people to.
You can't sound
tell
like
'em more.
the biggest thing is you can't sound like you're lecturing them.
Styrex
That's the
Blue.
biggest
Oh, yeah.
thing, and I try not to sound like I'm
2 police
lecturing.
officers came to my house for a Jones met
That's what I
hers.
tell MGTOW guys all the time. In my humble opinion, you have to take a very special care in wanting to tell people this truth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta love people's souls enough to tell them. Because I honestly do believe that every man is at least owed the truth.
I don't like being lied
If
to.
Well, if anything in life, if anything I believe is owed to people, it's the truth.
And I especially don't like being used. Unless it's sexually. And I know I'm being used sexually. I don't like just being used and then forgotten about. That bugs me.
Right? I got a brain too, you know.
Makes
I don't
me
like when
feel,
women just
leaves me feeling a
up and leave
certain
me.
way.
I want some dignity, damn it.
It makes me wonder what all of our generations would have been like had MGTOW or Red Pill been around,
Well,
30, 40, 50 years ago.
MGTOW is essentially just bachelor lifestyle, man. You know, they were trying not to get married. They were enjoying the fruits of not, you know, and they were the same thing for them guys. You know, they were still getting poon in between those, you know, on those dates because some of them were. But it's essentially just the bachelor lifestyle. That's all it is.
A lot of these guys on here credit Tom Likas for that, introducing it to the mainstream. But I've heard guys say that they were MGTOW years before that, before it ever became a thing.
Yeah, Barbarossa started us. You know, there's a correlation, like time for Lycus was, but you know, like look, Lycus, as much like I liked him, he went off the deep end for Hillary. You know, he was yes, he protected himself given what he experienced, but was he a fucking
Didn't he get
MGTOW?
married like
No.
4 times?
Four times.
He
And it
got
was
married
only
7.
because of that. No, it was 4. But it was only because of that he realized that no, like if I get married again, you gotta have a prenup. If you move in with me, cohabitation agreement. He was an early onset of realization of where things were with the court system, gender dynamics, female expectations. He was a rich dude. He was a target. He got
C.
burned.
Jones 91
He started to learn. Was he
said,
original
With
MGTOW?
this person that claims he
No.
was MGTOW before he knew what
Like
it
Yeah,
was,
honestly,
and also
you really
posts
want to go
videos
back,
online.
you look at like Epictetus and Pliny the Elder,
Oh.
Pliny the Younger, Marcus Aurelius, you know, Stoicism. They were kind of the original MGTOWs because it was like you don't need a woman in your life to be content, to be fulfilled, to have direction. So
It says
and then you got
it's
the
better to
fucking
be on
brain-
a corner of a hot tin roof than be with a quarrelsome woman.
Yeah,
right.
there's a verse in scripture that talks about coexisting with a woman living on the edge of the roof of the house. Then, yeah, I have to find that passage.
I
Yeah,
can't
like
remember
Proverbs.
what's something. I can't remember to
I
be
could have
honest.
swore he
Yeah,
was married
like-
multiple times. I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, he was married like 4 times.
No.
Tom Likas was.
Yeah, like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he was married multiple times. I didn't know it was.
Yeah, it was 4 different times.
Dude, I
Divorced
listened
4
to
different times
Lycus
too.
back in LA when I was in the 90s, and I still made the same fucking mistake that a lot of men make. I got married because I wanted to have kids. I wanted to develop something, create a legacy. I chose porn, right? And that's on me. But then I look back and go, I don't know if I could have, like long term, if that would have turned out any differently. I was just thankful that, you know, I lost half a house, lost some time, lost some money, but you know, I was back when I was 38 and I could recover. Now I would never entertain rescuing a woman or what her biological needs was. Maybe if she was Amish or Mennonite, I might consider it. But other than that, fuck that.
Well, don't tell me I overshot shit.
Who was that baddie last night that said I'm too old to start over? I think it was.
Yeah, I say that shit too. Fuck, I'm too old to start over
Honeycomb.
again.
Bobby Honeycomb said I'm within 5 years of retirement and I just can't afford to start over again at my age. And I was like, yeah,
That's
I don't
legit
think I'm
right
too old to
there.
start over. I just need more money. Protect the money. You know, if I can protect
C.
enough
Jones
money,
91 U2X.
I know she's going to get some of it, but if I
said,
can protect enough of my
Don't
money,
rescue any woman they don't want
you
to
know,
be saved.
that's a consolation prize. I get it, but I'm willing to give it more shot, man. But I got to have certain protection.
Nope.
Yeah.
Unless the laws ever change, which that ain't gonna happen.
No.
No,
I'll never.
no, I'm not
I'll
going to
never
wait
go.
for it. I'm just saying, I'm not going to wait for the world to turn for me. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just willing to take one more chance if I think there's something really nice in it. And if I lose again, I got the tools to deal with it a whole lot better than I did the first time.
Yeah, I'm at a point where if it happens, it happens. If not, oh fucking well.
How dare you?
Exactly.
came in here.
All right,
Mr.
gentlemen.
Reed.
Rich,
Sure is.
I
I
will
would get rich. I am going to
Riggs.
start a porno company and fuck
Huh.
every one of these women in the ass. Now, what's going to cost me is a $1. How cheap women are.
Oh hell, I'm not
Well-
even.
Penis.
Well, I have even heard Hammerhand himself say that this is not a permanent philosophy for people.
No.
Why should it be?
Which-
The white race would end, and some of the blacks. Instead of just be nothing but Central and South Americans moving up here because they're not going to stop making babies no matter what.
No, you're not going to stop men and women from procreating. That's not going to happen.
Bye,
They just left.
Riggs.
No, that wasn't.
No,
me. That was Curly.
Drunk guy's gone.
Drunk guy.
Oh, he is. I've
Oh,
seen him once.
That's pooping while standing.
Penis.
Yeah, I'm not a look, man. MGTOW is there for a reason, and it's wonderful, and it helps save lives. Yes, but I do not subscribe to that true blood shit of do not get married, do not have children. Fuck that. We need white babies now. Lots of them.
I don't disagree.
That's why I'm-
but at the same-
If something
no
happens, it
provision.
happens.
Don't do
If
it.
not, oh wow.
You got to be smarter. You can't go into it going, I love her. No, you have to be a mean son of a bitch. You know how to control a woman. Doesn't mean you're going to win 100%, but you'll get a better satisfaction. You'll let a woman shit, but you got to be inspiring enough for her to want to follow you, and that will give you a lot of joy
Said.
and relief from a
True.
bitch. If you know how
Tell
to fucking
people all-
so, good.
I tell people all the time I'm not dead down there. I still look, but
Sure.
I'm not going out there, junking everything I've ever done content on just so I can, do that. But yeah, I don't disagree.
I'm just
When we
not
start
gonna
in the
go out
week
of my.
Lisa Chronicles.
I'm just not gonna go out of my way to chase after women. If they want to be with
Yep.
me, they can chase me.
Y'all can have her.
Actually, what's your favorite?
Y'all can have her. I'm not
I had-
interested.
C.
I
Jones
had
91
one
Oh,
YouTube
that
X.
is true, C.
Making
Jones.
eyes and
Said.
fucking playing with their hair,
True
looking at
Blood
me
Doc
the
and
other
Rusty
day,
have done
and I'm
more
like,
from Tao than
"Man,
all
I
these
can't be
fucking
bothered."
grifters and larpers.
Huh?
For real, she was like giving me the fucking like googly eyes and shit, and she twirling her hair in her finger, and I just kept walking.
I mean, I'm flattered.
I'm just oblivious to the signals.
Well, I noticed the signal. I just like.
I don't even
today.
notice the signals. I just assume they're being friendly.
A wild. California Ford
If I did
44
have a woman right now,
entered the chat.
you know she's
Welcome
going
to
to
the
want to try and
stream.
stop me from doing my videos.
California
She's just
Ford
going to
44
eventually bring me some
Said.
other higher level
Nipple
kind
please,
of
nipple
notoriety.
please, nipple please, nipple please, cob gobble,
And women
cob
don't like
gobble,
competition.
cob gobble,
My-
cob
my
gobble.
I didn't want you to
ex
stop.
C. Jones
hated my
91
video
YouTube
games.
X.
Absolutely
Said.
hated the fact that I played video
Hammer
games.
and Chronic helped me out a lot.
Betty,
in
I'm
the
gonna
red
tell you.
bone.
I'm gonna tell you exactly why I say no marriage, no cohabitation, no children. I've said that.
Oh,
somebody else.
TURBODAD
yeah.
said. I almost went
We
to
say
hell,
that
but I
all the
wanted a family
time
too badly I didn't
Prevent
have one
men from
growing
getting
up.
involved with women in the current
California Ford
state
44
of the laws.
said.
There was
Thank
never
you for
anything
the
ever
game
said
stream
about
Chaos
men.
4 yet.
No, I know. I'm just saying there was never
California
anything
Ford
ever said
44
about you completely
said.
ignoring them or never
Turbo
having
had cool
anything to
name.
do with them again. We said though, the way that these laws are currently and the way that feminism has
TURBODAD.
taken over the West,
Said.
the no-go.
TYVM
Marriage
Kelly.
ain't the solution anymore. We just don't
I'm well
promote it.
aware of this. I'm
TURBODAD.
Yeah.
just like I said last
Said.
night. You can't be poor
Love being
and be
a dad.
happy anymore. You have to have some money, some kind of resource. You have to be smart to protect most of your money because if you have to lose it, lose as little as possible. But some men do not feel complete once they have an heir, son, a legacy, pass something down. If that's not for everybody. I get that. I look at my nephew. I don't think that man wanted a child. My sister just, kept coming at him, giving him all the pussy he wanted until one slipped by the goalie. But I'll tell you what, that kid's 24 years old. He's quiet. Never gave his dad a fucking problem. He's a good boy.
California
He's a
Ford
good man.
44
And he's
said,
afraid. He's afraid of
"You're
women. I
welcome,
didn't have to
Turbo, and my
educate him
son
on
and his
shit.
friends
These
are
young
thinking
kids already
about going
fucking know
out,
the
and I
score,
respect that, and as a mom, I approve my son's choice."
He works hard. He's actually cash. He's going to do way better than most men. But hopefully one day he's smart, knows how to protect all of his shit. Maybe he'll do the thing if that's what he wants to do. But a lot of guys, I'm telling you, man, I've seen these studies back in the 90s where a lot of men just turn flat out fucking gay. Doesn't mean they actually like dudes. They just want their dick sucked. They don't give a shit who it does. It's like guys in jail. You reach a point where you're like, do
I need
have
that
it,
release.
or, yeah. And if, these guys are all, and I don't blame them because, you don't really see faggots, really getting online talking about what a horrible, miserable life they have. They're all probably dying quietly of AIDS. But anyway. Yeah, they don't have the same bullshit and drama.
C. Jones 91U2X said,
I think sometimes there's a lot of
"TURBODAD, I
guys doing
respect men if they
MGTOW,
choose to have
domestic
families. We
law
need
with.
that. It's just the
It's
state
not our
we're in
fault.
with as far as legal troubles and courts
It's not
favoring
necessarily
women over
women's
the
fault,
father.
but they
I
are
say fuck that
incentivized
shit."
by the government to not give a shit about it. That's why you have to be protested.
TURBODAD said,
Now, don't take what I'm
C.
saying
Jones
right now as
91
what I think
U2X, yet
things
it's
should be.
really
I'm just
bad.
throwing out ideas and stuff. Has MGTOW worked? Yeah. It's turned into a worldwide terrorist organization. Shut it down. They don't know who to start with because there's no leadership.
Yeah, that's
It's
the big
hurting
thing.
women.
There are no leaders in this. It's just a philosophy.
And the women are crying about it because they can't find anybody, to take them out just for a simple, free meal like they're so used to get.
Have you ever seen those babies in a crib that when they've got toys all in their crib, aka options, they're content. When you take a random toy away from them and they notice that, suddenly they get very interested in that toy that's being taken out of the crib. That's psychological. The same exact thing happening with all these men leaving the dating
your son
market.
will be safer in the long run.
Women is spoiled
operate.
with all of these options of men they don't want around them constantly. But when they start disappearing, it grabs their attention. They get very interested in why all these options I didn't want is going away,
Or these are the second string, after they've gotten run through by the loose dudes and all that. Then they're ready to settle down. Because you got to remember, they're basically living the bachelor lifestyle.
You guys are always leaving out that one part where women command a certain
My
thing
coworker
because
still
they're the
didn't get
commodity.
his divorce cause his crazy
Very few of us
estranged
men,
wife is playing cry wolf, and the
get the
courts and
attention of
judge in
women.
California
Most
believe
guys
that
are
crazy
just
witch
fucking
magic
raised in
wand.
places. And because women can't run to all these fucking you don't like, they get to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
If you can't be one of those guys that can command their attention,
I don't necessarily look at them as a commodity. I look at them as a completion of, the other whole to somebody's life. Right?
Styrex
Two halves
Blue
make one whole type
said,
thing.
The things you can do in
They're a
GTA
completion
are horrendous.
of a whole picture. It's like a car. It's like a man that drives a car to work every day. What good is that
Briggs
car
Jr.
if he never drives it?
Said,
What good is that car if it never goes anywhere? If it just sits there. That's basically women.
I look at it as an investment. I'm investing my time, energy, effort into this, and if it's not reciprocated, why am I even with you?
Agreed.
Guys,
California
you
Ford
got treated like
44
women did.
said,
If you had women, just
Rick
getting in line
Zolopidis
constantly to the point where you get bored with it, you're gonna want better. But what I like these conversations. Don't get me wrong, but if this was before the internet, when women really had no other place to go because they're all stuck in the same town.
Mm-hmm.
It could work. But with the
Yeah,
internet,
things were a little bit better. The internet kind of really was a double-edged
Styrex
sword.
Two-edged
said,
sword,
take the
yeah.
game up, man.
ERM what?
Got to take that game up. I'm not. You got to remember, I'm only saying this because I've had moments of notoriety.
Riggs
Just
Jr.
A little bit of TV work.
said,
Betty had
I got-
groupies. Betty had
Your
groupies.
lotion last night, haha.
to a point, yeah. There were women, coming at me because I was the flavor of the month, stood out above all. Certain
It's
crowds.
the doctor from that one scene. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's up
Hey,
to each and every.
I'm not knocking it.
I had
That
Good, Ella.
I was just gonna say that's up to each and every man what he chooses to do. I just know for me, I've seen enough of this bullshit, and I mean I'm content being just exactly where I'm at right now. I don't.
Sure, there's nothing wrong with that. You look at the history of America, man. We had mountain men. They went up in the mountains, they built a log cabin, they stayed up there till they
California
died.
Ford 44
Not everybody wanted to.
said,
Yeah, it's
they
not
learned
for
their
everybody.
behavior from their bitter mothers whose mad cause
No.
they didn't marry rich
Right.
men and the husband can't divorce her due
Men
to the courts in
like
California
to
that
build
is
and
crooked.
accomplish certain things. Women like to destroy, control everything. Just like I was trying to say earlier about
Too early.
me doing my sci-fi videos. Do you think a woman would let me spend the money I spend on that shit? I don't spend a lot on it, but they would just look at me like I'm fucking idiot retard.
Wait, why are you spending money on that when you could be spending it on
I got a
me?
life.
Why do you have to be a
California
giant?
oh. Easy there,
Why don't you wear
Styrex,
something
because
nicer?
we all have
Also,
lives
Big Angry
here.
Phil has fed me a nice ball
Yeah, and if there's a
sandwich.
woman around, why do you have to be a gray? I
California
take away
Ford
something
44
more lively.
said, Blue, have a great day.
That's nice. If you think you know better than me, God's sake, get your own camera, get your own green screen, and please, for the love of God, start your own sci-fi series. Put me to shame. God.
Styrex Blue said, Ick.
There's already
Riggs
been one
Jr.
more. Ask me,
said,
about
I've
it.
seen
This is
enough
a video.
female behavior. I
Does
can't
sci-fi
stand
action.
most of them. Like, I'm
Not
gonna do
romance.
what I'm
This
gonna
ain't
do. They
freaking,
can either
stab you
be
in
cool
Hollywood.
and be around, or pull a holy moly and belittle his statements and call him dumb.
Men need
C.
entertainment.
Jones
Men want
91
entertainment without.
U2X
Oh, you're so cute.
said,
Oh, you're more
Styrofoam, nobody cares. Go get your attention from someone who gives a fuck.
Wow.
It's like that movie Dunkirk when it came out a couple of years ago. All the women were like, that movie sucks because it didn't have a love interest in it. And I said, woman, those were men trying to survive the worst day of their fucking life and get off the beach before they were killed. Well, they just could have had, like a love interest, like your girlfriend and a wife. Oh, God. All right, never mind. This conversation's over. Fuck this.
Hmm.
Men liked the movie. Women didn't.
Who cares what they think?
Well, it depends on the market you shoot. Yeah, exactly. But it depends on the market you're shooting for. If you're trying to get a general audience, and then you got to pick the age range you want. If you want to include, children,
hell.
PG. But if you're just trying to make that one project, yeah. But if you're trying to just make money, but you always want to try and get young people on board because that's how you create things. Most older people, they see something, they go, oh. But because I saw Star Wars and I was just a itty little bitty boy, they stayed with me forever. Until they ruined it. George Lucas had my attention for 20 years until he went and sold out.
Riggs Jr.
Effed it up.
said, like the other day some chick was making eyes at me and playing with her hair and I ignored
Like,
the display
anybody in
and
the
keep
music-
working.
It's hard for me to become a fan of whatever's latest greatest. See that with a lot of other people. 30. But when you're young, you want to be part of something. And that's why you still see like 50-year-old dudes, you know, like still dressed like they did back in the 90s when they used to go to the mall. Oh, that's sad. Johnny didn't grow up. That's like when you go to high school and you see all your teachers. They all still have that, the hairstyle when they were in school. You still think that's a cool way to go. It was fine.
California Ford 44 said,
Yeah.
I've noticed women attitude when they see men and they act like they own the place God made man and woman, and if the feminists don't like it, go live in space and don't return. Riggs Jr. said, I just see that crap as a bad thing these days when women flirt
But
with
I'm
Hey,
50-50,
Jackal,
man.
C. Jones
are you at your base?
said,
No.
Riggs Jr.
Are you
grinding,
near the
man, fuck
portal
these
at all?
hoes.
No.
Hmm. How are you anywhere near the portal at all?
I'm near a mining spot in the Black Forest near our bases.
I'm kind of stranded over here in the swamp area over by where Bone Mass is at. The leeches kind of destroyed the ship.
Oh. Oh yeah, the organic submarines, yeah. Alright, well
If you could, sir, I kinda need you to rename it Bone Mass.
Okay.
So I could get back, because I'm not in the safe space at all.
Riggs, exactly. Let me tell you, at work most
you
women
need to
hate
go to
me, and
work
I tell
soon,
them
don't you?
don't bother saying anything to me or even open the door for me, cause
You
at
just
least
need
I
me to
am
rename?
a stuck-up
Yeah, I
bitch
just
like
need you
why
to
all
rename
dumbass.
Alright.
Riggs
That's the booty
Jr.
hole up to the corner, man.
said,
Protect it.
Exactly, Jones. I got plane tickets to buy truck parts to acquire
Well, we got
and a house to
resin.
build.
What
I
he could
can't
do
be
is he
having
could
a
use
woman
the
around draining
resin to
resources when
kind
I'm in the building phase. BC,
I guess,
we
glue
all
his
know most
cheeks
women.
shut.
Riggs Jr. said,
I'm not
Don't
trying
help
to
a man
use
build shit these
admin
days.
commands, okay?
California Ford 44
I'm almost
said,
there.
Riggs, women in California don't flirt anymore, they just stare face with peeking eye and look at their phone. Trust one, see it a lot. C. Jones 91U2X said, Riggs Jr. facts.
Thank you. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, if you were gonna go to the swamp, you should have just told me. I would have went with you.
It's alright. I honestly didn't
C.
expect
Jones
to fucking...
91U2X
I didn't anticipate the,
Fort hell yet.
Yeah. Didn't anticipate the fucking worms doing what they did.
Riggs Jr. said, they think glancing up from their phone is flirting, lol.
What I intended
C. Jones
to do.
91U2X
Almost
said,
unabated.
Ford women are perverted as fuck.
And we're all perverted as fuck. We all have our quote-unquote kinks. Some are some are a little bit weirder than others.
Riggs Jr. said, every time I delved into deeper kink sex, it was at a woman's request.
You know, like Jackal likes his muscle mommy big booty Latinas.
Taco, burrito.
Taco flavor kissy. Taco, 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 taco. Now my bed's claimed.
If you can still hear her fart, that's a good sign.
They're ingrained in his memory hole. Get yourself to a safe space.
C Jones 91U2X said, "The last 2 weeks I've probably seen like 5 women with no bras and see-through tops. You know the notice."
Yeah, I'm
304.
not a huge fan of women
Rex
not
Jr.
wearing, like, you need to wear
said,
something to cover those
"Yeah,
things
he likes
because
his muscle mommy
I
X
see
while
that
dressed in
shit
his
poking
furry tab
through
outfit."
and I'm very much inclined to look because I like titties. So you can't get mad if you're gonna wear something that's gonna show something that I like to see. You know, you don't want me looking. You know, I'm not gonna like ogle it, but I'm gonna be like, ooh,
California
I'm gonna try and catch a peek as much as possible.
Said, "Jones, so when I go to work I say nothing to nobody. The event manager are feminist and since they have an issue with me I have an issue with them. Evil energy I tell ya." Riggs Jr. said, "Bruh, I saw women walking round Costco walking around with rather thin underwear like boy short mesh type crap."
Yeah. I give a shout out to everybody in the chat and Discord. Shout out to Jackal Hunter. Thanks for hanging out and gaming out. MGTOW Outlaw Batty Commander in here. I should have checked them out. They put out some really great stuff here on YouTube. Good, because I'd have to sick Pidgey on you if you were naked. And I'd also say, I don't believe you're naked. I need proof. Send a pic. And then I'd follow that up with, I bet you won't, pussy. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna play PG anyways. I know, but I'm saying is if you said you was naked, I would say I don't believe you. Send proof. There's a difference. I never said you were naked. I said if you said you were, I would say I don't believe you. I need proof. Send a pic. Send pic. Actually, it is to a degree. You can't be a man with your swing out. Shout out to the chat. You're results oriented. C. Jones. It's good seeing you again. Styrex pooping while standing. Riggs Jr. Turbo Dad. It's good seeing y'all. Make sure to check out these other amazing content creators here on the YouTubes.
I am Beerus. No other cat shall come before me.
We got Cali44, Crystal Kitten. We got Porno Raisin, but he's gay and streams over on Twitch, so go over there if you got an account. And I'll be back tonight with some more. It'll be a little bit later in the evening because it's Wednesday. I'm going to go visit my brother because he'll be gone all week. So I shall see you tonight. If I don't see you tonight, I'll see y'all when I see y'all again. Again, I'd like to thank everybody that's still subscribed. Your continued support has been greatly appreciated. And thank you to those who just recently subscribed. Hope you stick around for the long run. Until next time, y'all have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you hail from. I'm out this biatch. Peace.
Don't touch me there. My no square. Touch me there. This is my no square. No, don't touch me there. No, my no square. No, don't touch me there. This is my no square. No, don't touch me there. My no square. Square, 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 square. Don't touch me there. My no square. Square, 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 square. Touch me there. My
Another night in this 10th world. The gods are watching over us. Another night in this 10th world. The gods are watching over us.